And hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of PEL. Let me actually just unmute the stream. Okay, cool. Welcome everybody. I'm here. It's the weekly finals. Woo! Fortunately, no Ocean Sharma. He's hosting some award show, so he couldn't cast with me. Hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful morning. Not gonna lie, I am once again a little bit tired. I was casting until 2:30 in the morning. My throat doesn't feel like it's fully recovered, but I'm here. I've got an iced coffee in my hand. I have more coffee ready to go. Once these games start going, I'll be good. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Please let me know in chat how you're all doing. Thanks to everybody for tuning in so far. It also doesn't hurt if you want to give this stream a bit of a like and a subscribe if you're not already subscribed, as well as sharing the old stream. I'm also wearing my Nova jersey I have from 2019. It's old, but it's gold, you know. Oh my lord. Okay, everything's good. You can hear me. Perfect. I love these ads. Such cool, crazy ads. Nova is playing today, so no more questions for Nova. Lucky Imperium. Yes, Nova are indeed playing. Hey, old but gold. All is good. You're damn straight. Old is gold. You know. But you know what? I'm excited. We have 4 AM. We have Nova in the weekly finals. Order restored. Then we have DKG, who are on a bit of a roll right now. I'm just thinking. Well, I didn't see like that whole ad, but possibly. Yeah, possibly. Maybe a little bit controversial. Sure. I don't think it's meant in that context, or you know, but no LGD. Yeah, that's fair. No LGD, which is a bit of a feels bad man. They haven't qualified 2 weeks in a row now. Yeah, actually, yeah, that is totally fat shaming shit. Well, I'm just saying, like, the visuals for the ad are amazing. What do you think about Freestyle GSM from PMPL South Asia? I think they're great. Jadul, I think they're absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them. It is indeed the weekly finals. Today is day 1 of the weekly finals, YKN. You're gonna tell me not to speak on my own stream? It was bad, man. Woo! Look at that stage. Look at that beautiful stage. It's not Freestyle, sorry, Future Station, my apologies. Idol, my apologies, my friend. I'm tired, so yeah. It's currently 10 a.m. for me. It's 10 a.m. Yes, visuals are sick. Also, in getting graphics and the minimap set up. Why isn't implemented in global competitions, you think? I know, because global PUBG Mobile is, I suppose, still behind in terms of Game for Peace. Are you involved in PMPL at A? No, I'm not. Why can't? Sorry, yeah, sorry, Jadal. I meant Future Station. I don't know why I said freestyle. Better than PMGC? Well, PMGC didn't have a chance to shine. You know, PMGC didn't have a chance to shine, blah, blah, blah. With all due respect, you can't compare the both. Imperium, don't forget TEC. They're on a roll. They won last week and qualified for weekly finals on the first day. You know what, Abanev? You are dead right, TEC. Yeah. Very excited. See what they pull out. Very, very excited. You are dead right, TEC. He's on TSM Entity. Fantastic. TSM Entity, I do miss seeing them in PUBG Mobile. Hopefully they'll be back. Will you be casting PMPL South Asia? No, I won't, unfortunately. Sorry, my friend. I won't be casting PMPL South Asia. I do wish I was, but I'm not. Yeah, look at these teams. Woo! RNG as well. RNG are playing. Any chance of global LAN events in 2021? I'd say at the end of the year, Dax. I'd say at the end of the year, there's a much higher chance. You're watching this stream alongside PGIS? Well, you know what, YKN? I very much appreciate that. Verona did PMGC wrong, or you know what? You're pretty correct there. We also have SNG and ARG. Where's the ARC? Frick, now I ACT. So we have SMG and ACT. We have SMG and ACT. So that's going to be interesting. We have the battle between Picado and Pachinki. No, we didn't qualify the Super Weekend the first week. Wow, I didn't expect that. Yeah, that's old news though. They still ended up winning the finals. Which PMPL will you cast? I don't know. Waynex? I don't know. Time will tell. WBG is going to play good today. You think so, Abbas? Okay, that's interesting. Today's meeting of crafting with Indian government. Hope all goes well. Fingers crossed. How do you know that, Shashwat? Views on PUBG India ban when PUBG unbanned in India? I don't know. I don't have any real views on it at the moment. Bacon time will drop at Pachinki. What about RRQ? It's a good question. It's a good question. They might drop in Pachinki as well. 4 a.m. 3 chicken dinner in a row today. You think that a cash? Okay. How are you, Imperium? I'm a Little bit tired, but I'm good. Just a little bit tired. For some reason, I feel like Nova is training YDD for finals. Well, Nova is training all their team. They never stop training. But I see where you're coming from, and I, to be fair, agree. Official announcement today, meeting between Kraft and Ministry of Electronics and Information in India. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Where did you see this official announcement? One thing I'm curious about. You know, 4 a.m. was aggressive today. Your prediction for today? You know what? I'm gonna predict that DKG get 2 chicken dinners. TEC is gonna get 1. 4 a.m. is gonna get 1. And who will get the other? ACT is gonna get 1 as well. What's your prediction about PMPL South Asia? Zeus is included here too. I think it's going to be very open, but in a incredibly strong way. Where do people get these news? That's the thing I don't know about, where these news come from. But the problem is they see PUBG as violence. They don't see the future in it. Yeah, but that's just a perspective, blah, blah. That can be changed. The meeting is being announced by many esports news websites. Yeah, but it can be announced by the websites, but, you know, where's the official announcement of the meeting? That's my kind of question. Your prediction about this week's winner, I think it's going to be DKG, personally. Oh, we can't forget Showtime as well. And Team Pie. God, there's so many good teams. How much you earn in a month? What kind of question is that, Polu? Jesus, man. TEC is GM5. What are your views on TEC? They've been really consistent. They've been really consistent. I think that's the biggest things I can say is that they've mainly been very consistent. Yeah, to be fair, GemWire does normally give pretty solid info, James. So does Memphis of Liquipedia. You know, that's why I'm asking. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying people are wrong. I'm just, you know, wondering where will C9 play PMPL? What, in NA? No, Cloud9 have dropped away from PUBG Mobile. When PUBG got banned, I felt like someone close to me died, but after my grades improved and now I'm ready to welcome PUBG with open arms with these government people. But it's always important to have balance on the side note of enough. And hopefully the government will look to reintroduce the game. Got the guy with the amazing beard. Is here the guy with the amazing beard? Where's C9 all player? They're in a different team. They're in different teams. Beowulf is with the former Tempo team. Did you see the new roster for Nova NA? Yeah, I did. I did see new roster for Nova NA. I've casted them. Team Pie's former team of Chengxi. Yeah, I know that, Abbas. Oh, sorry, looking great. Thank you, Sammy. It's because I'm wearing my Nova jersey. Bro, is there PMCO happening in this year? There's already been a PMCO. There's gonna be another PMCO. NA Nova roster, your views? it's got potential, but I think it's still yet to prove itself. The fact that they brought in a former PL player is healthy, but yeah. From the 12th of March to 21st of March, discussions going on by Indian government about esports. So like between these dates, Crafton had a meeting with government. Okay, that's what. I want the big esport org to do an investment in South Asia. You don't necessarily need a big esports org to do an investment in South Asia, James. Although, see where I'm coming from. Honestly, what I love about South Asia is that it's grown and it's invested in itself. We do have like people and companies and passionate people that are looking to invest in the country themselves and sorry, in the region themselves. And I don't think you need a big organization to do an investment in South Asia. Can help for sure, but it can also be a negative because if they drop away from the region, what are you left with? So it always needs to be a healthy balance of, a big esports org outside of the region to invest, as well as esports orgs in its own region investing. What's up, Bernard Imperium? Hey, Sanju. And which team Uneven and Priya is, I think one of them retired and another one went to a Japanese team as far as I know. Bro, when you come to India, well, when the whole, pandemic is over? What's your opinion on Unnamed? Bit of potential, but I think they'll still struggle. Bacon time playing in this PMPL? What do you mean in this PMPL? What do you mean, Rishab? This isn't PMPL, this is PEC. SMG and ACT fought in 4 matches and still made top 5, you're saying? Yeah, Shivam. It's crazy. That's the thing, I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. I really want one of those PEL jackets, by the way. Yeah, I meant to say, yeah, fair enough, James. I really want one of those PEL jackets. I've already given views on TSM Entity, Nucleus. Sorry, dude. Hopefully I will be casting TSM Entity in the future, actually. What do you think happened to RQ after this ban? Good few of their players went to bacon time. I feel like Cheng Xi's talent is getting wasted in LGD. He alone dominated last season, but this time he's not going to play the way he used to. Avanev, it takes time. When you join a new team, it takes time to synergize. And yes, you can train. Yes, you can play scrims, but it's still always going to take time. Dude, it's going to take time. Yes, LGD are going to be hurting, etc. And it's now been 2 weeks that they haven't qualified for the weekly finals, and that no one's going to hate that more than themselves. But it still takes time. Thank you, Pepe. Thank you. I like my beard too. 4am just squeezed into top 10 yesterday. I hope they play well tonight. Honestly, they do need to play well. Using Orange Rock. I've nothing really to say about them at the moment, Nucleus, because I haven't really seen them play much. Clearly an incredibly talented team. Orbital plays. Who's your favorite team in PEC? Love from Tibetan fan. Oh man, Tibetan. Oh my god, Tibet, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so obviously I have a little bit of extra love for Nova in the PEC. I wouldn't say they're my favorite team, but I do have a little bit of extra love for them.
首次的双雄对话，可以看看在比赛当中两支战队的一个发挥。
哎，我是新观众啊，你说的双雄是 ACT 和 SMG 这个肉点双雄吗？
也可以，肉点双雄是他们两兄弟，
嗯，
或者叫铁血双雄也可以。
好的。不知道各位观众能否听到正在我们身后的观众啊，是已经爆发出了这个潮水般的呐喊声。
没错
啊，来到周决赛啊，这个感觉确实是不一样。
那让我们进入到本周周决赛的首场对决吧。
Okay. Stop spamming. Mic off. I know my mic is off. I'm trying to fix it. Dude. Stop spamming. I'm back. Different mic. I've got my spare mic.
Showtime 和 DKG 的，是的，而且今天 DKG 是坐上了我们的 C 位啊，不知道在沙漠地图会不会有一些针对的战术。如果没打好的话
I appreciate people letting me know though. I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. I've got my spare mic. Boom. Let's get into this game. So, playing path is on the west. It's obviously going to be a lot trickier for teams that like to land on the eastern side, but it shouldn't be too hard across the board. The fight between SMG and ACT, is that going to go down in Picado? I have no doubt it will. They're both going to look to drop on each other. Indeed, that is the case. It's a battle of Picado once again. Who's going to land first? Who's going to get a gun first? The players from SMG, for the most part, have both dropped together. Pickfeet picked up an Uzi, took down ACT, job done. Then Flower C onto another ACT player. That is a good start. That's a good start, but Flower C, be careful. Be careful, Flower C. You haven't got any healing. Good play from SMG. They've got 2 kills right off the bat. Okay, that's good play. Use your teamwork inside the apartment building. He's jumped outside, though. He's jumped outside. They're away from the apartments. They're inside the Coliseum. Flower C heals up. Beautiful. Gets a lovely pistol knock and a pistol kill onto the third ACT player. Now it's XXKU on his own. Pickfeet goes up the stairs. Looks for the shots with the Uzi. Unfortunately, doesn't find it. Going to switch over to shotgun. Good player. Knockdown comes on through. Nearly a second. XXKU is doing it. He's doing it. He's got the Uzi in his hands. SMG are a little bit scared. They're a little bit cautious. He goes up the top of the Coliseum. Goes onto the top floor. Grenades being cooked up. Now he's going to switch over to the Uzi. Reload it. Good job. Good job by XXKU. He's gone down. He's gone down the floor. XXKU has done incredibly well in this game. He's given himself so much space to play around. He's going up. He's going up. He gets it. Not quite the kill. Not quite the knock. Oh, but he gets this knock onto Pickfeet. But now it's just a shotgun from Flower. He's going to nearly find XXKU, but Flower C is going to go down. And XXKU from ACT gets to 1v4. 1v4 squad wipe for XXKU. How the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? SMG had such a good start. Such a good start. In that fight, they got 3 kills. Wow. Wow. Insane. So we have seen teams starting to kind of actually automatically rotate into the circle because that phase 1 is quite heavily against the playing path. The hills of Porter Paraiso and hills from oh my god, I forget that area that was circled on the north, but the hills from the north and the Minas Generalis area is going to be incredibly valuable. La Bandita is also in play, but it's more on the western side of the circle, obviously, so you will want to be careful staying in around La Bandita because it could be tricky if 2 or 3 or 4 teams roll up on you in any given moment. I would say if you're going to have the La Bandita train, even if it's on the eastern side of La Bandita, look to try and stick together and have your players up. I cannot believe XXKU got that 1v4. I'm blown. My mind is blown. Wow. Q9, I've missed them. I've genuinely missed Q9 because I didn't stream day 1 of week 2, so this is my first time seeing Q9 in this week's games. They qualified in the top 5 on Thursday's game, so they already booked their spot in the weekly finals at that point. So the game sound isn't okay, I've increased the game sound. I've increased the game sound. AG now rotating, as far as I know, on the northern side of the map, away from Chumasera into the circle, if I'm not mistaken, or at least more on the northern side. Let me know if the increased game sound is still okay for you guys. Let me know if it's still okay. Also, let me know if my mic is okay. Is my mic too loud, or is it a good volume for you guys? TC. Now TEC starting to rotate a team. A lot of people have been very, very impressed with on how they performed throughout the first 2 weeks. Consistent, strong, dominant in a lot of ways. Good. Thank you very much for letting me know, Sammy. Appreciate it. No sound? Okay, it's fine. Everything's okay. What you had? Just turn your volume up if you have no sound. Like, it was such a good start from SMG. Like, genuinely a good start from SMG. Pigfeet cleared out 1. He then had Flower and Beautiful picking up another 2. And then it was all left on his own. Oh, that tap on the SKS. So good. Then he stood up. He just kept his resilience. Insane. Oh my god. Those comms. Those comms, insane. Insane. Now, obviously, it's going to be hard for XXKU because he's in Picado, which is on the, like, the northwestern side, or just on the western side of edge of the circle. So there's going to be a lot of teams kind of somewhat wrapping around him. As a solo, it's not going to be easy for him to play with. Team Pi rotating. W. You're good? You good there? Okay, cool. Cool. Be careful with that truck. Look after it. It belongs to your mother. WBG. Still outside the circle. I think coming from the El Azahar Hills. There you go. It's the El Azahar Hills. Bingo. El Azahar Hills. Insane. Yep. Oh, that circle is massive centralization. But it's actually not bad because it still has shifted for the most part away from the water in the east. And it's not like a massive hard shift. it's just a massive shrinkage, to be fair.
还是1/3的
TJB are gonna have a little bit of a tricky job rotating in the circle, because they're gonna be in a couple of teams. And 4M, Svan, you've got to go down. No, you're gonna stay alive. Interesting, you are gonna stay alive.
哦，因为今天是
Insane.
希克的生日。
是的，在最近的几个月份当中，我们的选手过生日的这个频率还是比较高的啊。
上周洋葱过生日没有带来什么太多的好运。
哎，
4M do get away and rotate to one of the warehouses in between Impala and Porter Priso.
4M 今天的圈运如何？是的，体坛这里应该说是也是在进圈的过程当中发生了遭遇战。
STE under a little bit of pressure by the roadside. TEC are pushing in quite nicely. They're gonna go two on either side of the road, get that flank position. It's what TEC like to do. It's how they cloud and blanket their opponents so massively. Two are going to stop on the side, but ST does get a knockdown onto one of the TEC players. Grenade being thrown at, you can see, by the ST player in the direction of the two TEC up and towards the hills on the left side of the road. In through the smokes, switches over to the AKM. He doesn't necessarily see where a TEC player is. Now he does. Luckily, TC are going to be responding in return quite fashionably, but you got to be careful about that one. One of your players are down, a little bit of a third party at the hands of Nova. Cheeky Chappy's Nova coming in to just cause disruption and destruction across multiple teams. Powerboy picks up a kill, steals that away. Now, Nova are going to full send it in. They're looking hot, they're looking heavy. They got 2 kills, 4 points. This is the last chance to get 2 points per kill, because they're getting towards the end of this phase too. Taki Ahmad, UMP is extremely strong meta in the Chinese version of PUBG in Peacekeeper Elite game. So before you say it's a shit gun, learn your meta, yeah mate. Good disengagement from ST, to be fair. They only lost 1 player, and to lose only 1 player while getting engaged upon by TEC and Nova in the backline, that was the perfect time to disengage. Really fair play to ST. TEC, by the way, did go down. I didn't even realize phase 3 pops up and shits up north. Impala's in play. You have the big Chungus Mountains of Impala as well to the east of it that are also in play, as well as the coastal line. Now, you don't want to stick to the coastal line, to be fair, and like I said, TJB in the last phase, we're going to have a tricky job coming into the circle because they're going to be in between DKG and RNG, and it's the same again. If I was TJB, it would be risky, but if I was TJB, I would, wrap around on the coastal line and come in via the coastal main road. The last player from ACT is just doing the best job he can to go, you know, come in from the very edge of the circle. It's just UMP. Q9, hold on. I would like to see Q9 push a little bit more away from the, push a little bit away from the coastal line and use the information they have to spread out a bit more and create a bit more of a dominating position in this circle for phase 4. I feel like they can afford to do that. They're up as a full squad, so I think that would be extremely beneficial. TKG are on the southwest side of the circle. You saw they were ahead of the likes of RNG and TJB. That's why TJB disengaged. Now STE are still at least inside the circle on the western edge. Looking pretty good. RNG indeed kind of went a little bit more directly south and pushed in from the direct south side of this phase 3. So DKG and RNG, respecting each other, and TJB, doing what I thought they might do as well, which is play on the west and kind of the Northwest coming in through the field, they might get caught out by STE. That's my only fear. And they're actually going to go in hard. They're going hard and heavy, or are they going to rotate past? No, they are indeed going in hard. Vector is in play for that TJB player, indeed. ST is going to get that knockdown. Lolita pushes back another player, TJB. This is really good defense from STE. Could say a bit of a poor engagement from TJB, but STE saw it coming. They prepared. They've dealt with it. One player of STE is down, unfortunately, so it's going to be 2 against... Make that 1 against 2. UMP, close quarter combat. Oh, he gets the shots off. He saw the pre-fire. Chunks him down. Below leader goes down. A beautiful grenade from TJB. Gets the squad wipe on the STE. It was a good defense initially for STE, but that extra player really made a difference for TJB. If STE had 4 players up, I reckon TJB would have lost. That's my opinion. The last player from ACT is just like, it's cool, guys. I'm with you, yeah. I'm one of the RNG players. It's cool. Peace, truce, waving his white flag, going, no, we're good. Vector is not better than the Uzi. Sorry. Overall, Vector is not better than the Uzi. Sorry, my friend. Next circle, just shift down south. It is away from Impala, which, to be fair, most teams will be happy about. 4AM have the warehouse compounds. Now, the one thing I worry about is that if they stay there for too long, they're going to miss the opportunity to go onto the high grounds above and get information on the teams in a more centralized location. But if they move away from those warehouse buildings either too early or in a bad way, it's also going to hurt them. The fact that they're down to 3 players makes it a lot harder to make that decision, so they might opt to stay inside those buildings at the cost of losing information. RNG could come in ahead of them from behind. XXKU on the 77H. It is unfortunately, though, not going to be the confirmation. Actually, it will be the confirmation. He'll pick up a kill point. That's going to be 8 points for ACT. Thanks, James. Appreciate it for that. Nova still up as a full squad. They have a 3-1 spread. That is healthy. I like that 3-1 spread. It's a bit on the northwestern edge of the circle. I'm sorry, it's Q9 that could wrap ahead of 4AM. That's the fear for 4AM. Q9 have a full squad as well, so we're going to be able to play around that Team Pyre on the more eastern edge of this Phase 4. It's difficult, right? It's very difficult for Team Pi, because the second they move across the road, they're kind of way more heavily within the crosshairs of 4AM, and I don't know if they know that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. No, I won't cast PMPL South Asian English. Sorry about that, my friend. AG using the dip where they are to peek up, get information, but that dip is heavily at risk of grenades. Heavily at risk of grenades. You also have the last player, WBG. Sorry, not the last player, just one of the WBG players. What a spread from WBG, by the way. What a spread. Circle. It's going to go once again over to the east. It puts Nova on the edge of the circle with order inside it. The other 3 players now out. They have to stay there. They have to take the fight to AG if AG opt to stay where they are. WBG should probably join together. The fact that 4M stayed inside those buildings does make sense, but it does now put a little bit more of a heavy emphasis on the hills to the west of where they currently are located. You get 2 points per kill in the first 2 circles, Deepak. Now AG are going to push in. They do indeed choose to take the fight against Nova. Molotov being thrown up by YDD to put a little bit of pressure onto AG. Another one being thrown out. Pretty healthy with the Molotovs. Close the door. Gets up on the stairs. AG choosing to now back away on that. A 2-2 split. 2 pushing, 2 in the back line. I'm really curious about that one. Maybe they're going for a bit of a wraparound. I don't know. Order is going to at least look to join closer to his teammates so he can get a little bit more information. TJB, though, are going to possibly get caught in the crosshairs. Order is going to get away with that one. ACT are going to look to go ahead. Powerboy takes down one of the players of AG. AG, I don't even know what you're trying to do. Honestly, I genuinely don't know what you're trying to do in that situation as a 2-2 split. You were a little bit slow. Maybe you got distracted by TJB. I don't know what it was, but yeah, that was a little bit poor from AG. They do have the breach onto the building, but it's outside the circle of this phase 5. And you're down to like 2 in this area. Still up as a 3, but you're 2 in that area. It's pretty much a full 4v2, although Order is at risk of WBG. YDD, you're going to get 1v2. You're going to get knocked down. Poor positioning from YDG. Jimmy goes down as well at the hands of AG. Now Powerboy is left on his own in this area. Order does get the vehicle up. He sends it off. Powerboy, you tried to jump out. Now it's Order left on his own. I criticize AG, but honestly, I'm going to criticize Nova even more. Incredibly poor defense. Incredibly poor defense. Nice grenade being thrown upstairs. It connects, but not enough. Oh, he's going to get caught out. He gets taken out. AG get the squad wipe. And Nova. I don't know what happened here, but that was not the best. Not the best indeed. 10 teams, that's 33 players. WBG are going to be able to kind of capitalize that because they still have a full squad. 2-2 split either side of the road outside of Impala. Very good positioning from WBG. The next circle, phase 6, about to pop up. I reckon it's going to go center. TC looking good, but WBG are going to try and encroach on their space. It does center up a little bit to the north. That's extremely helpful for WBG. The teams down south are now going to start fighting. RNG, Q9, DKG could then third party this on the side. Team Pi will most likely look to go through the side of 4 a.m. YZZ flanking around. He knows that player of RNG is knocked down. He's going to play in the wings. He sees the footsteps. He gets a knock. One more player that's prone down. That's going to be the squad of RNG. Cannot deal with the Q9 pressure. Q9 still up as a full squad. DKG, maybe they thought they were going to have more time to third party this one, but now realizing that RNG has probably been squad wiped, they might look to back away and play for the circle. But Q9 are momentum. They're on the momentum. They're on a roll to push in. Showtime, though. They're looking to third party the third partiers a little bit. They're also outside the circle. They have a 2-2 split. So well played by Showtime. They've been a little bit quiet. They got 0 kills. They'll wait for the last moments to strike. I know that much. Nice grenade by Sir. Pushing back TJB a little bit. WBG have been surprisingly quiet considering how strong of a position they've held on to. But they are definitely positioned always for the next circle, for the next steps, rather than being distracted on what's going on around them too much. Z9 with the opportunistic shots towards TJB. They also did take down... Actually, no, they didn't take down two the TC players. The two TC players that were across the road joined up with the rest of the squad. So TC... Actually, sorry, they lost a player. So TC are down to 3. Q9 on the DKG. Tian goes down. 86. He's going to take those shots off the minivan play. But YCZ is going to go down. TT went down. That push from Q9 on the minivan. What was that? A little bit too aggressive, my friends. A little bit too aggressive. Sunflower gets knocked down. Now it's just Q9 left to one. Q9 go down. DKG given 2 free kills right off the bat. Given a free squad wipe. Yes, they're down to 2. But honestly, that was a pretty big POG mistake from Q9. Showtime will, of course, try to take advantage of that. It's Showtime being opportunistic, waiting for their time to strike. Nice play pushing out on the blue by DKG. They get a knockdown. Really well played by DKG. That's an extra kill. That's 5 for DKG in this game alone. They do have the edge of circle. They do have edge of circle. Showtime gets another one knocked down. Showtime are down to 2. I don't know if it's off the back of a third party. Not quite sure. But either way, DKG. It's the reason why they finished first in the weekly qualification in day 1 this week. It's the reason why DKG, in my eyes, are one of the teams to beat. Next circle is about to show up. There's plenty of space in front of these teams. It does go back down more towards the southeast. And Team Pi, they didn't go through 4M. They went around. Now, they could still get caught out by WBG. So that's something that they are going to have to be aware of. Well, these two teams are close to the edge of circle, but they're not in. Team Pi gets a confirmation onto 4AM 33 Svan. So 4AM are down to 2 now. They've been quiet because they've had to be. They were down to 3. Showtime. Now Team Pi keeping the pressure on 4AM. They're using the low ground dip by the side of the road, so they're not getting caught out by WBG. That's incredibly clever. It makes complete sense. It's like they're isolated in their own little fight for now. Now that's not going to stop TC from looking over yonder and getting a third party onto Pi. But my point is, for now, Team Pi have full control, but Suk gets a knockdown. It's a good start for 33, for 4M, should I say. Suk. And last remaining 4AM player. Biding their time. They've gotten into this next circle. The revive is being pulled through onto the folding comrade for Team Pi. But out in the open, Suk goes. He goes up the little hill. He's going to get knocked down. And now 4AM down to 1. Behind the broken truck he went. And now Team Pi are going to push in. Last player from 4AM can't do too much, but a knockdown is played through. He's going to nearly get the second. It's not quite. W gets a clutch. And like I said, TC or WPG, it wasn't going to stop them pushing in from behind and overlooking the hill to get the shots off onto the side of Team Pi. But now DKG sends it in at 86 with a beautiful Kobe. Helps to get the squad wipe. WBG do clean things up though. DKG are out of here. WBG are up as a full squad. They're the only team with a full squad. Unless Team Pi can get the revive off, we're left with our final 3 teams. WBG, TC, and Team Pi, baby. That one player across the garage that's outside the circle from WBG, he can get information on Team Pi and TC. If anything, I would actually push him across the road, even to be the sacrificial lamb. I know he's going to leave it as late as possible. If anything, he doesn't need to actually cross the road. He can stay on the southern edge of the garage. This is so helpful for WBG. The information they have is multiplied massively by how TC and Team Pi are positioned right now. Kanka, could you just remove him, hide him for the channel, please? If you haven't already.
但有一说一，微博根本没有打过太多竞点作战，他们的手雷肯定是充足的。而这样一个凹坑呢，是手雷天然最喜欢的一个类似于篮筐的东西。只要3分球投得准，不说3分球，这个位置就是一个2分球的投射点。2分球啊，在最近的很长一段时间啊，长2分已经不是一个得分效率最好的方式了。就这个位置
Pi W onto TC, it's a good knockdown. Team Pi did get themselves back up as a full squad. WBG are waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting. For Team Pi, they're more on the edge of the circle. They sent their players on a 2-2 split between the east and the southeast. Up on the upper hills, trying to overlook and stop TC from spreading out. Nice shots from Pi. Nice shots from Pi. Unfortunately, he doesn't get connect enough onto TC. Trying to look down on the bottom of the truck. You're saying Pi is going to get this one. I think it's going to be the side of WBG. But Pi are definitely helping themselves by securing another knockdown onto TC. And now Alan is left on his own. The good thing for Alan is that he's so heavily down on the bottom of the flat train that he's so kind of, you know, in his spot that Team Pi and WBG are much closer level-wise, although just as I say that, WBG looks down, gets a kill onto TC, and that's going to be the end of them. We're left with 2. WBG going up against Team Pi. Nice shots by Pi. You could be dead right. This could be Pi's chicken dinner. 5 kills so far in this game. WBG has a player knocked down. They need to try and go for that revive. He's bleeding out. He's bleeding out fast. The players of WBG don't quite have the massive spread that they did earlier on. However, Minsker is waiting in the wings. He's on that front line. They do send that player spread out for WBG inside that minivan. He's making noise, but that's okay. That is okay. The revive is pulled out down. There he goes on that truck. WBG not afraid to give up. Sorry, not afraid to keep on going, should I say. They're not going to give up. But Team Pi with a beautiful flank wraparound gets a first knock on the WBG once again. But they need to turn that knock into an engagement. They need to turn that knock into a kill. Nice one. Z9 goes down as well. Team Pi utilize the high ground incredibly well. The third knockdown comes through, and WBG just had Minsker left on his own, and he goes down. He's going to get skirted to the ground, and Team Pi get the chicken dinner in game 1 of Miramar. I thought WBG were going to win, but fair play to Team Pi. Fair play to Team Pi. You were dead right, my friends. You were dead right. Whoever said Team Pi in chat, you're absolutely dead right. I wouldn't say they got dunked on, but they did allow themselves to... They did allow themselves to stay too close together, and then Team Pi took advantage of that much better, and they had that flank position from the sidelines, and WBG maybe just pushed a bit too centralized towards the circle and didn't try to play on the outer edge. It's interesting. Looking at the points for that game, to be fair, a lot of teams scored pretty solid points, where ACT, who got 5th with 8 points, and they went out fairly early. 21 for Pi, 18 for WBG, 15 for DKG, 9 for Showtime.
ACT 和 SMG 啊，在柔弱点之后呢，甭管谁胜谁负吧，其实都保持了一个比较高的，能够说去。
Bro, which event you hosting next? What, in terms of casting maniac? Which event am I casting next?
拿下胜利的 ACT 是只有1人的。对，但凡他整个这个存货的人数啊超过1半，有3个，甚至是4个满编的话，那我相信最终的得分肯定会更多的。那当然。上场比赛也是足以体现在这个版本当中，提前去在关键圈型的情况之下，站点是有多么的重要。是的，派那波灵性的一个从后点绕前，因为那就是一个吃鸡的位置。因为我们可以带大家稍微的复盘一下 ，4M 站的那个大厂房，我们说过它的站位是什么？固若金汤。这个固若金汤最大的一个问题啊，就是别人不打你。
Love the fact that they like nearly say the same thing at the same time. They look so they feel like they have a lot of synergy together. Those two casters, I can feel the vibe between how they work together. There's no awkwardness. There's no like weird pauses. They are genuinely vibing off each other so much, and the way they give each other glances and talk to each other as well as talking to the crowd is honestly absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on. Is that live now? Yeah, it is. Oh man. No, I'm not casting PMPL South Asia English language, unfortunately, but the casters who will be doing, I'm sure, will do absolutely amazing. And yeah, the next event I'm casting is the Red Bull MEO Finals. That's the next event I'm casting. Big shout out to Nepal. Much love to all of the Nepal people out there. You can see. Look at that. Nepal OP. Never forget. Never forget. Why no English caster for PL? I know they didn't feel like it was worth. Forever's best player from Pakistan. Love you, my boy. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna read out the whole message, but thank you. Who's your favorite caster? I don't have a favorite caster. I've had casters that have inspired me. I've had casters that I've been obviously very lucky to work with, but I don't really. My favorite caster is myself. That isn't like egotistical. It's just my favorite caster is myself, I suppose. I know it might sound stupid to say, but my favorite caster is me. I'm extremely lucky to have worked with some amazing casters, and I've been inspired by a lot of casters, but I've also been casting enough that I'm very confident to say that I'm my favorite caster. I'm my own favorite caster. Bro, do you have any idea of Tibetan PUBG scene? No, I don't, Abito. I'm not really too familiar with the Tibetan PUBG mobile scene. Is there a big community in Tibet? Imperium, you're damn awesome. Thank you very much. Much love to you and all of my pals over. Man, where's the other casters from PMGZ? I know they're busy. This is something I'm doing off my own back, you know? X is pronounced Zhao. Yeah, but Zhao Q is hard to say. I'd rather just say XXKU. You know, but I'll try and remember that for future laps, yeah. Because if I can say it right, I'll say it right, but sometimes it's a little bit harder. Imperium is the best caster. Your favorite player in Chinese region? I don't really have a favorite player in the Chinese region. There's too many of them. Imperium, any plan of climbing Everest? I'm fat, so no, Red Hawk. Sorry. Hey Viking Esports, how you getting on? I can text you an Insta about it, bro, when you're free. Reply. For sure, Obito. For sure, please do. No Indian teams? Well, that's because the game is banned in India at the moment. Hopefully it will be unbanned. Louis, you know, yeah. What about Elementrix? They're pretty OP. Unfortunately, they started. They were one of the teams that were at the forefront of the Nepal legacy of PUBG Mobile, and they are one of the founding fathers, so to speak, in my opinion, of PUBG Mobile in the Nepal region. But the success they've had has now been beaten by teams that have been inspired by them, if that makes sense, right? So yeah. I don't have a favorite team, guys. I genuinely don't have a favorite team. You got to understand that I literally don't have a favorite team. I don't. I have teams I'm a little bit more connected to. I have certain teams and orgs that I obviously love, but I don't have a favorite. I genuinely don't have a favorite. You're chubby, not fat. I wish I was just chubby. I am fat, but that's okay. I'm working towards it. I'm working towards it. T2K. Yeah, T2K as well. Will Queso and Tempo will play in PMPL? Tempo Storm aren't playing in Tempo Storm moved away from PUBG Mobile, and Queso are playing in the Latam PMPL. Sonam, could you stop spamming that message, please? Could you stop spamming that message, please? I'm asking about your favorite event. Okay, well, sorry. Oh, favorite event in the PUBG calendar. Okay, I don't have a favorite event, really, like, you know. That it's a good question, Maniac. I suppose PMGC has to be my favorite event because it's the biggest event of the year for PUBG Mobile Global. You know, esports. It has to be overall PMGC, but I don't really have a favorite, if that makes sense. I don't really have a favorite, you know, because I do think all events are special in their own way. Some are bigger than others for sure, but I think all are special and they all lead somewhere. They all are part of what is the growth of PUBG Mobile esports, so I don't really have a favorite event. What do I think about Nova Order? What else is there to think about? He's a fantastic player. I'm not going to answer that question, but Adi. And yeah.
给他们带来了，其实我不知道啊，是不是他给他们带来这条出拳反打的这种战术？
但有一说一的话，从指挥的角度来看的话，确实也很符合北家的性格。
这边我们看到的是 Showtime。Showtime 在这场比赛当中是没有选择提前进圈啊，没有。
Is Navi still playing? Yeah, of course Navi are still playing.
通过南边这种复杂的地形去拿到一些人头。
Stop asking about favorites, chill. Yeah, like, I understand because people like to get opinions and perspectives, you know? Sorry about Adi, or, yeah. Yeah, thanks for timing him out. Z-God is your favorite Indian player. That's cool, Bupanta. Everybody's allowed to have a favorite, for sure. I just don't. I'm just not really like that, you know? You gotta stop asking his favorite. He's a pro caster. He appreciates the game. He can't be biased towards anyone. Exactly. Within my role as a caster, I definitely can't be biased towards anyone. As a person, I am allowed to have favorites, but I just choose not to. Because I suppose I just appreciate the game in my own way. And, you know, that's just me. It's just me. Hey bro, appreciate your work. Keep going. Thank you, Neon X Mercury. Of course, everybody feel free to like the stream. Feel free to share it. And subscribe if you're not. I don't really, you know, I don't really like ask a lot, but you know, a like and a share and a subscribe is always appreciated. Sinister is best. Yeah, Sinister is pretty good. Let me check this mic. I want to check this mic. Because I don't know why my computer probably just needs restart. Okay. Now it's working? Interesting. Okay, now my mic is working. I don't know what was up with my better mic previously, but now it's working. So I'm back on the good mic. Back on the good mic. Oh, I wonder if you guys noticed a difference in my voice between the two different mics. I think there is. Jaimara merch. Yeah, I have Jaimara merch. Jesse. Hey, Buff, how are you getting on? You well, man? Okay, game 2 underway. Let's get our focus in there. Hello, Zune. What's up to you? Lane path is quite north. Not too bad because it's diagonally, so it does allow a little bit more freedom. Will both SMG and ACT get to Picado in time? They should. It shouldn't be any real issue. Imagine that fight will still happen. That's the thing. I'm waiting for the plane path in which none of these teams can get to Picado. That's the kind of plane path I'm waiting for. You know, I'm gonna drop towards Impala / Porter Preso TJB. Gonna go to Los Leones. Nova gonna go to here. Actually, they're going for a massive split drop. Nova are obviously a little bit risky. Yeah, SMG and ACT both flying down to Picado. Oh, wait, ACT are backing off. Or are they gonna get the vehicle? They're gonna get the vehicle and drive to Picado. They're getting in the vehicle and they're gonna get to Picado. Oh, you hit a pole, but that's okay. Cool. A little bit paranoid about my mic, but it's okay. SMG have gotten to the Picado first, but the 2 ACT players are gonna pick up another one and they're gonna go to Picado. This is probably the worst start for ACT. They might actually leave one of their players in there. SMG are gonna win the battle of Picado without getting a kill. ACT disengage. They disengage. We're not seeing the Picado fight. Where are I in D jersey tomorrow? Okay, I will, the cash. SMG flew better. They landed better. ACT are out of here. That plane path is a little bit complimentary to the... That phase 1 is a little bit complimentary to the plane path, should I say? A good few of the teams are already inside the circle. And TJB are going to have Los Leones all to themselves. The rotation from Los Leones into the circle is going to be fine because they can play on the south side of the circle. And the south side of the map. You know. Team Pi did rotate to El Pozo off the back of dropping fairly early, and they're going to be rewarded by already being inside the circle, but they will want to look to take advantage of that by rotating probably onto the massive Chungus mountain hill in between El Pozo and Watertown. Mike Level sounds good, player. Thank you very much. Oh, WPG! N! How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing, Mr. WPGN? The man, the myth, the legend, the one and only WPGN. Go subscribe to We Play Games Network on YouTube. A fantastic content creator and a VIP for PUBG Mobile, a deserving, rewarding person within the PUBG Mobile community, and it's an honor to have you tuning in, even if it's just for a fleeting moment, my friend. Genuinely an honor to have you tuning in. Thank you, WPGN. Pi will get away with this one for now, but for how long? WBG, they dropped in, they actually went to Cruz the Val, and they've looted up Cruz the Val fairly early, and they're starting to move into the circle. You wear Nova's jersey? Yes, I am indeed. I'm wearing Nova's jersey. Woo woo woo! From 2019. 4 a.m. They went to where did oh my god. El Azahar, that's where 4 a.m. or El Azahar as far as I know. They're not going to be too far away from the circle. But they are taking their time to start rotating. Gonna grab a couple of vehicles and move in. Doing great, been lurking on all these PL streams. I enjoy the tourney, you're killing it. Thank you, WPGM. Means a lot, so are you, dude. I love the videos you upload. I check them out pretty regularly. You just have a good vibe, dude. You have a genuinely good vibe. And your production value is just so solid, man. Q9 nearly getting caught out on their rotation away from not El Pozo, but Los Leones. There you go. It's not just TJB that is here, to be fair. DKG are here also. But Los Leones is a pretty vast area, so should be too hard for them to disengage away from each other. Did I get a reply from Ocean? Yes, I did. He's hosting an award show, so he's pretty busy today, unfortunately. Where you got that shirt, they actually got sent to me by Nova in 2019. It's a bit of a long story. Are you going to cast any of the PMPL? I hope so. Nothing confirmed just yet. Okay, Q9. Wasn't it bad? Wasn't a bad shunt. It could have landed a little bit better, a little bit nose heavy, but still, you'll get out of there. A rather passive early game. I think part of that, mainly that's down to the fact that ACT and SMG aren't fighting. So we're kind of going, this is a boring early game. ACT now pretty well adverse into the circle. DKG are going to get called out a little bit. That one player, but he gets that knockdown with the UMP. Fantastic response from DKG, and ACT have nowhere that they can, so to speak, run. ACT run a 2-2 split, and the one player just got way too presumptuous with getting that knock. And DKG third switched, boom, job done. I say you also, do you go to the gym this early as well, WPGN? Like that was low-key poor from ACT, to be fair. What did you say XXKU stood? How is the X? Oh yeah. So Zhao Zhao Ku. Zhao Zhao Ku is how you pronounce that player's name. Bingo. Cool. RNG going to rotate onto a couple of massive hills while TC getting caught out. 15 teams, still 58 players. So we have lost a couple of players. Make that 2 players. One from ACT, one from TC.
在航线没有到的情况下，我们比较的就是跳伞的技术。对，那跳伞技术确实 SMG 赢了呀。落地揉点，跳伞技术绝对是重要的一环。所以如果真要比 very good centralized phase 2 shift massively to the east, so it's going to keep it in the middle of the map. You have the hills of Picado in play. You have the hills of San Martin. You also have the hills in between El Pozo and San Martin in play. The massive Chungus Mountain that I mentioned that STE do have I think a 3-1 split on or a 2-2 split on is really healthy. Crater Fields is utilized by TEC in a really strong way in the phase 1, and it's still gonna work out for them in phase 2. Nah, typically after work I feel that WPGM. Not that I go to the gym much because I'm fat, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, my friend. When I did go to the gym, I normally used to go in the evening time. I always preferred the evening time gym, to be fair. That was a great quick response from DKG. I know it was an easy kill, but that was a really quick response kill. TJB now gonna push in onto DKG. The knockdown is being pulled out. Oh no, DKG, you're under a lot of fire. You're under a lot of fire. Be careful. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. That is the case. Now it's down to Tian and 86. Inside the one building, well, 86 is on the outskirts, but around it, TJB have breached in pretty well. Unfortunately, ONIS is knocked down. And we also have another fight breaking out between WBG and 4AM. Molotov's being chucked out left, right, and center, while DKG are going to get the revive onto their third player. That's good. Keep them up as a 3-man team here on the southern edge of this circle.
Oh, only S now gonna get revived up. This is TJB's 2 out of 3. But actually, no. They still have a full squad if they can get the revive. Oh, great knockdown from TJB. It's actually a double knock. Confirmation, and now TJB are down to 1. It's all gone against TJB. They had like nearly 4 players up, and just like that, they're down to 1. So good from DKG, that turnaround. Yeah, I have been, dude. I've been working on my nutrition a little bit, WBG, and I've just been really looking after myself a lot more, and I'm in control, dude. Eating healthy, clean, fresh food, nothing crazy, no heavy amount of bread, healthy meals. It feels good, dude. It feels real good. I'm sure you freaking get it way more than me. So I'm on the right track, my friend. I'm on the right track. So are Pi. They're on the right track off the back of winning game 1. They have engaged upon RNG and gatekeeping them from the edge of this circle on phase 2 while the blue zone closes in. Team Pi are on 2 kills so far, and they're looking for more. 23 points for them so far across the first 2 games. Nearly gonna catch out 98k, but 98k are just about. 98k is just about behind the hay bale. They're not going to stop taking the shots off because they're aware. They're aware that they don't want to give too much room. Sorry, you're not fat, you're healthy. No, I'm fat, but I am healthy now. You know? It's okay for me to admit it. It's my own body. I'm aware of how bad shape I'm in, but that's okay. Q9, though, going to look to... I wouldn't say catch out Team Pi because it's just YZZ on his own, but with that information, you've seen the other Q9 players in the back end get a couple of shots off, and Team Pi have lost 1. They're now down to 3. 2 are inside that 1 building outside the circle. You have 1 that's further away. Later, Buff. See you, Buff. Take it easy, dude. Thanks for tuning in for a bit. TC onto TC. It's a knockdown either side, but for TC, it's not looking the best for them. They lost 1 already, and others knocked down. That's a confirmation. TC are down to 2. But I don't think the 2 of their players are together. No, Alan is way further back. He might be able to put that little bit of suppression onto TC, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to pull off. While TJB are out in this game early on. Nice knockdown for TC. Wow. So good. Alan can do nothing, see, in this case. He could do nothing because he knows with the player advantage TC have, if he overpeaks for half a second, he's screwed. He's absolutely screwed. Yeah, big bones. Yeah, fair enough. ACT still outside the circle as a 3-man team. Nova has 1 of their players knocked down. They went onto the edge of San Martin, and WBG have encroached onto their space. For Nova, they are still up as a full squad once they get the revive on the Power Boy, which is definitely more than healthy. Thank you for that timeout, James. Really appreciate it, my friend. Genuinely, you are such a good mod, James. Really, I couldn't thank you enough, my friend. 4 AM in 13th spot. This is the weekly final, so there's no elimination, to be fair. All these points count towards the whole overall weekly standings across the 2 weeks. Across all 5 upcoming weeks. We're into our second. Are you single, brother? Yeah, I am. SMG in the dead center of the circle by Power Grid, and indeed the circle does kind of center up a little bit more with the road split in the middle, as pointed out by these casters. TC, STE, 4AM, and TC along with WBG all on the north side of this phase 4. Then down on the south you have the rest of the teams. 4AM lose 1 at the hands of WBG. Great shots by WBG. 4AM maybe caught napping around the northwestern side of the circle. They allowed WBG to get that knock, to get that kill, and they're down to 3. Shots being fired up by 33 Svan. It's a little bit tricky. They're still putting in the work. They're still putting in the work onto WBG. For WBG, they know they have to play on the kind of northern half of the circle, the northern half of the road, and they also know that Nova are on the southern half outside of San Martin, right? They have the information, so that's why they've low-key avoided for Nova, and they've actually positioned themselves where there's a much higher chance they're not going to get easily third-partied by Nova. I'm not saying they're not going to get third-partied, but Imperium, what happened to the Watermelon gang? I noticed you don't talk about the gang these days, because, you know, sometimes it's something that is left in the moment that was the PMWL. I still have the Watermelon tattoo. It will always be in my heart, the Watermelon gang, but I'm not always going to massively bring it up. You know, I leave it up to you guys to keep the memory going and to, you know, bring it up every now and again. But for me, it's like, it's part of an amazing moment and event and a big part of my life. But it's back then, it's always about the present and the future. As a future fight between Nova as they look to close in onto WBG. I said that WBG could get third-partied depending on how Nova moved in. It's definitely less of a third-party and more of a just pure engagement onto WBG by Nova. 2-2 split across the road. A lovely knockdown from Order with that grenade. Of course, 4AM could turn into the third-partiers, and I think Nova are a little bit aware of that. How much does getting a tattoo hurt? It depends on where you get the tattoo, but it can hurt. It can also hurt getting knocked down and trying to get revived up and surviving in its game. Order is now going to wrap around on the underside. A nice low ball grenade. Actually, it's a flash. Sorry, it's a flash. It's going to send Order back. Incredibly well played with that flash from WBG. I would like to see, well, YDD, you're on the other side. Why don't you push forward? 4AM do third party and get that knockdown onto WBG. Another one from Powerboy. Gonna pick up and confirm that kill. Steal that one away from 4AM. Steal the other one away, so to speak. That's gonna be another knockdown onto Z9, and WBG are down to just one. The next circle shifts up, and 4AM for it, and Nova working pretty nicely together. 4AM benefiting from the fact that Nova pushed in, and the next circle does shift down south into the loving arms of SMG on the power grid buildings. It's also good for Nova. Jimmy, send yourself into the circle right now. I repeat, send yourself into the circle right now. Q9 onto Showtime. Q9 have 2 kills and counting. One of their players is knocked down, but for the most part, Q9 are looking pretty healthy. ACT is still on the south side of this map. Zhao Zhao Ku is going to be coming in from the flank position. He's a little bit out in the open, but he can definitely put some work in. His teammate is on low health, but he should be able to pull off a first aid. This is really decent positioning from ACT. It's quite healthy. They've got a good spread with one of them being inside the circle. Of course, they're down to 3, so they don't want to like overextend. Zhao Zhao Ku does push forward further into the circle. Those noises will be heard from the vehicle from Q9. ACT send the second player in. How much does it hurt on the arm? It depends on what part of the arm and how much of a pain tolerance you have. In my opinion, it's not that sore on the arm, but it depends. ACD gonna send their third player in. So one by one, they just rally the troops into the circle. That is so good from ACT. Intelligent play. I'm not saying Q9 have lost the fight. When you're talking about position in a circle, ACT have got that position. Now, not going to stop SMG looking for the shots onto ACT. And it may not be a Picado battle, but it could be a power grid battle between ACT and Q9. And if ACT aren't aware that SMG are there, which I think they are, they could get caught out. But so far, I think they're really happy with how they've positioned themselves into the next circle. But a beautiful knockdown on the Zhao Zhao Q from Q9. The distraction came through a beautifully cooked grenade. But now, can Q9 capitalize off on that? Can Q9 capitalize on it? Flower C does get that second knockdown onto say ACT. That's why I was like, a third party was always going to be possible. Okay, because somebody timed that guy out. Flower pushing in with the AUG. Thank you very much, James. YZZ are dealing with it. YZZ and the rest of the Q9 team are dealing with this pretty well. Much love to you and all of Indonesia, Ramza. Much love to everybody in chat. ACT down to just one. The next circle is about to pop up. Nova indeed did send pretty much the whole squad into the circle. AG are pushing a little bit. Nova's still 4 players up. A grenade being cooked up by Powerboy while prone down. That should connect. That should connect. Indeed it does. The knockdown is played on. And now AG are down to 3. But the fact that they still have a spread is pretty healthy. Nice peek shots from Powerboy. Not getting too thirsty. Not getting too thirsty. Shooks out of smoke to stop the flank coming through. So it allows them to peek up a little bit more aggressively. Such an intelligent smoke from Powerboy. You got to realize he's stopping AG from flanking. He's stopping AG from flanking. He's automatically giving himself more space. Order also plays on the uphill area around him. Jimmy is behind. He's recognizing that there still could be a lone wolf from WBG, so being on the outside of the circle is just as healthy at this stage of the game. He's not looking in the direction of WBG, but he could be. He could be in due time. He's on that backline support play with the Mini 14. It's a beautiful 3-1 split, but now Order pushes him forward. AG have gotten that revive as far as I know on to their player, so they're back up as a full squad. Nova not able to fully capitalize, but the vehicle's on fire. YDD gets knocked down from SMG, so the third party from SMG will slow Nova down a bit. Luckily, they do have enough of a control in this fight to the point where they are able to pull off that revive pretty nicely. Jimmy yet to get caught out from WBG. WBG, I think that lone wolf is just waiting. Moving on over to this fight between TEC and STE. STE have a player knocked down. Lolita is low in health. TEC get the revive onto their third player. Now they're gonna send it in 4am, who are waiting on the northern tip of the circle. Both STE and TEC are outside of it. ACT pushing onto Q9. They do get a little bit of a quick, cheap kill, but ACT are now out of this game. STE pushing across the road to their players, Lolita and his teammate. I don't think they're going to get the third player, or should I say the fourth player. That's knocked down. But they could get the third across the way. Still outside the circle, but they've gotten across the road. So TEC have 2 teams to deal with. They have 4am and they have STE. They could still wrap around and maybe come into where the last player of WBG is, and I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. That makes sense. Quite intelligent from TEC. They only had a buggy, I think, so they were only able to send 2 players across. But that third player can still do something from the distance, from the outskirts of the circle, from the blue. It doesn't matter, he can suppress STE extremely well. 4am are focused a little bit more on probably the centralized position in the circle, and they're not overextending. But Suk gets a knock. TEC, they are down to 2. But they do a great job of encroaching into the circle on the southern side. It made sense. It really made sense what TEC did. U9 though, still in the game. Nice molly. Nice mollies from Q9. YZZ 1 by 1. The next circle is about to pop up, and SMG have the spread. It stays within the power grid buildings, but 2 of the SMG players are now outside the circle. Don't get knocked down, but keep the pressure on the Q9. You're also going to have the side of STE pushing in from the sidelines. Lolita onto Q9. Great play by STE themselves. 4am do have a little bit more space to push in, but look at the flat terrain. Look how flat that is. On the entry point to the north side of the circle, it is so flat. There's very little cover. I don't know exactly where Nova is. I think they're on the southeastern side of the circle. But ST, look at what they do with Lolita. So healthy. Throughout a couple of shots, I think he chucked out a grenade as well. They instantly send themselves in. Great confidence from ST. They forget about Q9 and go, no, we're playing for the circle. We're playing for the power grid buildings. It's exactly what they needed to do. No fear, just fight. Yeah, okay, again, there's still a chance they can get third party. Make no bones about it. So ST don't have it easy. But when you're talking about that instant response, that instant, like, push in, so healthy from ST. SMG is still in as a full squad. 4 against 3. Q9 could be coming in from the western edge as well. But XC gets a knockdown onto Lolita. A second knockdown comes on through. SC are down to 1. What can they do? The squad wipe is going to be played. And SMG keep themselves up as a full squad. They don't even suffer a knockdown. 4AM tried to do something similar, but they stop by the edge of the hill, and Q9 are waiting there. Q9 are waiting there. They're going to come in and stab them in from behind. Nice play by Q9 to take down Suck. And now it's 33's fan and Hisaki left on their own. And the Flower plays it through. And that's going to be the third party. 4AM are out of here. 5 teams left, 15 players, baby. And SMG are not stopping. In the words of Freddie Mercury, don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. As SMG fires through the smokes, they take down Q9 and they're into the top 4. You got Nova, you got AG, you got SMG, and you got WBG. The fight between AG and Nova has been held onto for so long. And that last player of WBG, he's gotten his team into the top 4. So good. But now Nova, SMG are going to be focusing on your position. You need to close this fight out, Nova. You need to push in. You need to push in. YDD, go forward. Go across the dip. Go across the dip. Get the shots off. Get the knockdown. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Great prone down. Great response. He's getting the shots off. AG are down to 1. And Nova are feeling it. They're feeling it. They pull off that engagement at the perfect time. Now it's just them, SMG, and the last player of WBG. Order's not stopping, though. He's not stopping. He gets a knockdown onto SMG, but Order gets knocked in return. You could say that was a beautiful counter knock. SMG have a 2-2 split between the edge of the building and the open hills. It is fantastic from SMG and their positioning. Maybe they were a little bit slow off the back of wiping out Q9, where they could have third party, but the way Nova pushed on to AG was perfect. Unfortunately, Beautiful is getting caught out a little bit by WBG, distracted, slowed down, which could allow Nova to capitalize that. But with a beautiful molly, Flower Seagull is going to get that knockdown. Powerboy gets caught out. XE down on the sidelines to flank through. It's going to be a knockdown. 3 against 4. This is SMG winning this game, in my opinion. A second knockdown comes on through. A third! Oh, Flower! Oh, my Lord! Jimmy goes down at the hands of Pigfeet. And that is SMG with a massive game to pick up the chicken dinner in Miramar. The circles may have favored them, but by God, they didn't let that be the reason why they went out early. They dominated those circles. They dominated the engagements. Dude, on a side note, I'm low-key proud of my casting there. Low-key proud of my casting towards the end of that game. I felt that. Genuinely felt that. I don't know why, but I genuinely felt that. I don't know what it was, but that felt good. Those last like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes just, to me, felt so good. But anyway, good result from Nova, by the way. Let's be fair, a good result from Nova. 4AM still got 10 points. It'll move them up to 8th. RNG having a nightmare of a day so far. 3 points and 1 point. Going down early both games.
还有 TC、洪家宝、体坛和 RNG。
这场比赛打完之后，是让我们回想起了第一周的2场沙漠地图结束之后。
SMG though, they only got 6 points in the first game, but 24 in this will move them up the first WBG on 27. Can I just say that last player from WBG, I think he got his team up from like 11th or 12th to 2nd or 3rd, should I say? That's massive. Nova move up to 4th, Pyre still in 3rd, DKG in the 5th. Actually, they dropped down to 5th, should I say. Yeah, Pig Feet with an awesome flank. Pig Feet and XE with a beautiful flank. Like I said, they had that 2-2 split. And yeah, they got slowed down a little bit by the last player, WBG, but they used that momentum to play forward. And by the way, if SMG want proof of why not battling in Picado is so beneficial to your end game, that's it. Because they got the power grid first, right? And I'm not saying they wouldn't have gotten there or they wouldn't have gotten there first, but by not battling in Picado and by keeping themselves up as a full squad, they were able to loot up early, rotate early, position early. So I'm not saying they need to give away Picado, but they should look to try and create some sort of truce, some sort of discussion with ACT. Genuinely, like, you know, there should be some kind of mutual truce because, like, yeah. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you. That was OP, like, that was OP. Please play with A1 Sinister. Hopefully I will in the future. Oh man. I need to eat a little something. You know what? I'm gonna eat an orange. It's actually a blood orange, but I'm gonna eat a blood orange. That'll help keep my energy up because it has natural sugar. And it's good for me. That engagement from Nova onto AG though was also perfect. Let's be fair. Let's not take anything away from how good Nova played throughout that game. Like, they were very calculated with their positioning. They third party onto WBG really well. They picked up 2 kills from that fight. They didn't overextend, you know, and they picked the right time to engage onto AG. Like, it was a genuinely good game from Nova. Nova and 4AM's fighting level is bottom tier. I think you're a little bit wrong there, John. But you're entitled to your opinion. If 4AM would have pushed on the last player WBG instead of pushing SMG, would have been totally different. But I don't think they knew that the last play. They definitely should have pushed on that direction, but I understood why they played towards power grid. They just missed the timing of it, unfortunately. Actually, I can't allow that message to come through. Sorry, dude. Thank you, Baba OP. Appreciate it, my friend.
SMG 的教练啊，来给我们的赛场上分析一下，究竟上场比赛发生了怎样的一个情况？
是的，来我们看一下淘汰榜啊，2场比赛过后，小库依然是霸主首位，和86分享了第1位的宝座。
关键是 ACT 和 SMG 2支战队全都登上了这个个人淘汰榜的前5之内，
再加上一个 DK 级。
这又想说那句话了，我是 PEL。
Predator, everybody's entitled to an opinion. Don't tell them to shut up, okay?
但有一说一啊，其实上场比赛双雄也蛮惨的。为什么双雄纷纷陨落啊？就是因为 SMG 他在防区里边的那波战斗解决的实在太快了。因为 NV 腾讯视频战队解决完 AG 之后呢，理所应当的是要展开阵型，并且往。
Who are the most promising teams beside Nova and 4AM? Probably DKG and TC. Overall, and SMG actually.
解决了这波战斗，那没办法，人家打得太快了，出来之后呢，稳稳当当的收下了这只鸡。
没错，其实现在我还是要
Q9 as well. Zolos, I suppose Q9, yeah.
跟我自己说一句话。
Yeah, Q9, fair. Like, you know, you could easily say all the teams. To be fair, you could genuinely easily say all the teams. Yeah, okay, there's definitely some struggling, more than others. But, yeah. You make a really good point, Real. WBG, to be fair, are most consistent. I'm eating an orange. Blood orange.
站到我身旁的是来自派的格子，跟大家打个招呼。
大家好，我是派格子。
哇，格子依旧是非常的有精神。
That's what I'm eating.
当然的话，
Nice. Blood orange is obviously a little bit sweeter. And my face is probably making some weird sounds.
那么今天第一局上墨土就吃鸡了，但是第二局的话是拿到了2分，就是还是有一个不稳定性。你觉得这个不稳定性的最大的原因是什么？
一我感觉可能圈赢不太好，二就是有时候容易犯一些小失误嘛，就是打架方面就是2圈到3圈容易打架方面容易白给。
这个可以说白给，但是可以给我们具体一点，比如说有一些沟通上面，或者说一些节奏上面嘛。
就是节奏有时候1圈会动。
Oh my. Do you listen to Daywalkers? I've never heard them, Yingwan. Apologies. Never heard them. That caster girl is beautiful. She's not a caster, she's just an interviewer. Well, her dress is really nice. And I really like how her hair is, actually. I think all these PL teams are incomparable for me. Yeah. You're not wrong, Sammy, to be fair, you're not wrong. I mean, everyone knows that all teams are strong, and yes, for 4AM, it's strange because they've always been very consistent. Well, they still kind of are, but not like they used to. Nova always need a buy. Like, it all comes down to the standard growing, right? And no team is going to stay on top forever. Fact. No team is going to stay on top forever. But the fact is, you have to evolve and grow as teams around you get better. You know? Love you, Imperium. Love you too, Megatron, man. Well, to be fair, Nova were playing bad in the PMGC. Sprat, they were. And that's okay to say. I suppose saying Nova are bad is wrong. But they did play badly. Whether or not that was them finding their feet, trying different things, is fair enough. And only they know that. But there's no doubting that in PMGC, at least the league stage, they did kind of struggle. You know? And that's okay to say, like. That's okay to say, like. Like, as a blanket statement to say Nova was bad in PMGC is clearly, like, silly. But, yeah. Tune in has heard exactly what I was thinking. Interview girl is beautiful. Like, you know, Nova played bad the whole year compared to their previous seasons. And that's like, you know, that's kind of silly to say, dude. That is genuinely kind of silly to say. I'm sorry, man. You know? Does playing TPP, yes, it does give more advantage. Playing TPP does give more advantage.
那么教练就是这一盘前期沙漠也没有揉点嘛，就是什么原因导致的我们没有去揉这个点？
这个我看直播应该是 ACT 的跳伞稍微慢一点吧。
It's not that they're outmatched, John. It's just teams are getting better and it's much more even.
最大化嘛。
所以就2个队瓜分
You know?
皮卡多嘛，是不是？
没有，他们好像去
Yeah, exactly. It's not that like they're getting worse. It's not they're playing bad, but other teams are playing better.
选手的表现比较出色。
花痴吧，我觉得花痴对于我们到了电战之后，后面的队伍的信息的一个判断，包括
The biggest thing you can learn from playing FPP is having confidence.
几乎没什么。
Then how did Nova win PMGC finals? Because their experience and their determination went out on top.
那教练接下来也是
You know, it came down to the final day and the final game of the final day. You know? And Nova deserved to win for sure. Because they won, but that was their experience and determination that got them the win.
会多点。那前期淘汰分
You know? That last game was massive. It was one of the best games they played. Hell, you could argue it was the best game they played in PMGC because it was the most important game.
1嘛 SMG
You know?
还是下一把还是比较稳的，比较妥当。
And that's it, like, and that's the thing. That's unfortunately sometimes that's all it comes down to. You know, you can be as bad as you want throughout a year. A team can be underperforming as much as they want throughout the year, and that is obviously going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their confidence. It's going to hurt their mentality. But when push comes to shove, when you're in the moment where the points matter, where the position matters, and you make up for it in that moment, that's all that matters. Because other teams have 5-finger pros with full gyro, which gives more advantage to me, while Nova and 4AM still have non-gyro and half-gyro players. But it doesn't matter, gyro and non-gyro doesn't matter, John. It's personal choice. Is there a reason behind playing full gyro? Yeah, but if you as a player are not as comfortable playing it, and you're playing just as well without it, it doesn't matter. That's just called personal choice, dude. You know, I mean, in sense of their rotations, gunfight, no double, they won PNC and PMGs, but the Nova from 2009 was just fearless. But that's because it was a different year. It's 2019, dude. Come on, like, you know, you compare Manchester United in 1999 to now, it's different. Like, well, you know, what are you expecting from that, dude? Like, what are you expecting from that? In 2019, the rest of the Chinese teams weren't as good. Simple as that, like, you know? For you, what will be the best team by including your 4 best players that don't have a 4 best players and a 4 best team? The best thing FPP can do is help with confidence. That's the best thing FPP can do for you is it gives you confidence. Other teams have caught up to Nova and 4AM and PL, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's the same with BTR. Like, you know, BTR were massive in 2019 and 2020. But teams have caught up. Teams have gotten better, right? You know? Like, because Powerboy himself admitted in an interview that you need to go full gyro to be better, but he turns full gyro only this year after he was countered in close range. Yeah. In close range, full gyro might be better, but if you're not a close range player and it's not your strength, don't use it. My point still stands, dude. My point still stands. You know? It's just the level has increased. Looking up to 4AM and Nova, everyone has improved a lot. The goal to beat them is what keeps the fire burning and makes you put in the effort. Oh my god, you seen? That is like perfect. I'm gonna pin that message, my dude, because that was genuinely a fantastic message. Like, seriously. Like Imperium said, the whole scene got better, so there are no noobs anymore. Everyone knows how to play now. I took a break for half a year, and I was shocked at how peace improved. Exactly, Sprat. You know? Exactly.
玩游戏时总是一个人，说好的团队竞技，最后却变成单人的游戏。
What? Why did you, you know? Yeah, John. Like literally, why did you make a statement and then you actually countered your own statement? Like, dude, you're hilarious, dude. Yeah, I do respect it, but I still think you're wrong. Like, you countered your own opinion, which is hilarious. But yeah. Orium and Nova have been dominating from the start. They will dominate again. Just wait for finals. Maybe they will, Khaled. That's the thing. Maybe they will. That's when it'll only matter, right? At the end of the day, like, we can have the 5 weeks. We can talk about Nova underperforming. We can talk about this team performing. But I suppose when it's all said and done, it comes down to the 15 teams that qualify for the finals and how they perform in the finals. If they turn it on and they turn up and they show up and they kick ass in the finals, then they'll be the best. That's the thing, like, you know? Whether or not you can be a fantastic player, we have Coffin, Jonathan, Credo, and we have Sirota and Fates and Hisaki. Yeah. Gyro is good for flicking if you use screen for flicks. It becomes inconsistent considering screen can get covered with sweat and gyro, gives you more room to pull down recoil. Yeah, there's that as well. Bombs are so toxic, like you said, at home and shit. I'm gonna go outside a bit. Milan, that's, I'm gonna hide that, my friend. Sorry, but it's a little bit too harsh. A little bit too harsh. What's with the meta of UMP? Because it can be used in mid-range too or something else. Yeah, it's I forget exactly why it's meta in the Chinese region. I forget the reason, to be fair, but it is meta. I think it's to do with recoil, if I'm not mistaken. Imperium, are you a Man United fan? Yeah, I am. Abbas. AMP love from India. Much love to you, GG Zolo. Can't wait to see Chinese team in PEI. Yeah, I can't either. Do you know Jonathan? I'm aware of Jonathan, yes. I've met Jonathan in 2019. When they were playing just under Entity. Mr. Imperium, I didn't counter my opinion. I said, yeah, but like, that's my point though. That, like, you said a statement of, you know, that turning off full gyro and gyro is better, but I said it's personal choice, and you made a point that proved my response. Therefore, you countered your own opinion. You essentially did. If you look back, you countered your own opinion, dude. Sorry, man. But it's okay. Imperium, do you know Sukuno? No, I don't. Zappa. I don't. Sorry, my friend. I don't. PI, what's that? PI? PI is a Peacekeeper Elite Asian Invitational. Oh my lord. OP casters, OP casters. I'm also a Man U fan, but it's hard to see them playing in Europa League. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, Mr. Imperium, that's fine. Maybe misunderstanding. Exactly, maybe misunderstanding, my dude. Let's just love each other, dude. Let's just love each other, okay? No hate here. I'm not trying to attack anybody or anything like that. Rock the legend, stop asking that question, okay, dude? It's not going to get answered. You know on top? I do know on top. ESM don't play PUBG Mobile, so I ask. Okay. Can you say Hisaki instead of Zhao Jian? I do say Hisaki. Imperium, your thoughts on Man United Academy? Ole is being given many players long-term contract. Do you think he is building a team for the future? Yes, because if you think about it, his generation was a team from the academy side building their way up, right? David Beckham, Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Nikki Butt. They were all like from Good Morning Pretty Eyes. Hey Riaz, how are you doing? Lovely. You know, so I think he's trying to, I'm not saying replicate that, but he's trying to bring that stability back in. And I think that's really important. Why are you asking me, do I know this person? Do I know that person? I know a lot of people like. Same here, Zolo. Same here. Everyone has a bad phase. Keep calm and believe in yourself. You're right. This isn't a place where I'm gonna speak about Godsend, Mamadou, because this is me, Alison, me working essentially. Where are you from? I'm from Ireland. Sleepwalking to work. Oh, yes. Hope you have a lovely day, beautiful lady. Beautiful person, Rias. Oh, from Poland? Oh, yeah, I was in Poland in July, Sama. Where in Poland are you? In Ole, we trust. Yeah, I definitely trust Ole more than a lot of previous managers. Mr. Imperium, this season LGD bought Chen Si for 10 million RMB, but still can't qualify for weekly finals. Okay, John. Your point indicates, your sentence indicates that that's not good enough. A player joins a team, they need time to integrate, right? They need time to become synergized. They need time to be as good as they can be. That doesn't happen overnight, and no amount of money will change that. Dude, stop trying to insinuate something that is clearly silly. Let's hope no one dies. Okay, Rios. Oh, jeez, relax. If today other Chinese teams are playing better for him, and Nova did that 2 years ago, they can handle any situation. Fair enough. Okay. Can you stop spamming that question, please? Nice, bro. I'm shocked you were injured. Why are you shocked that I'm interested in PL? Jignesh, why wouldn't I be interested in PL? Thanks, Rias. Appreciate it. I don't know if Nova will be invited to PMGC 2, by the way. Oh! We're going into Sandhawk, by the way. We're going into Sandhawk, baby. What's your favorite Bart Baker parody? I don't know. I don't know who Bart Baker is. Sorry. Love from Nepal. Love to you and all of Nepal. And it's like saying Ronaldo or Messi joins the bottom Premier League team expecting to win the league. No, that's a silly comparison. That's incredibly wrong comparison. Sorry, dude. That's it. It's Imperium, Suki, and Momo, so it's difficult to believe they cannot synergize. Is the money factor affecting? No, it's not, John. It still takes time. It still takes time, dude. It still takes time. It takes time, and with so many other teams getting better, it's going to be even harder, man. Seriously, like. Do you think Wildlife Esports is going to be even bigger, or has the potential of being bigger? Chili, enjoy the match and cast. I will, man, next. It's snake time. I don't have a favorite Chinese player. I don't have a favorite player. I don't have a favorite team. I only have favorite food. That's the only thing I have is favorite. It's just favorite food. Playing path is pretty good. It's a little bit to the south, but it's Sandhawk, so we all know that it's not going to be too bad to deal with. Anything can happen. Walk into the jungle. We got fun and games. Are we going to have the fight in Paradise Resort between RNG and Team Pi? That could be the case. Nova dropping in Painan along with TEC. Nova don't normally drop in Painan, right? Nova normally drop in the trifecta compounds, if I'm not mistaken. But they both teams are dropped in Painan. You could correct me if I'm wrong. I know you have favorite eyes, Rias. They're mine, aren't they? Yeah, Painan. Yeah, Nova don't normally drop in Painan. TC have 3 players on that side. Well, Nova have. They also have 3 players, but 2 are directly in front. Molotov being thrown out. YDD in order under a little bit of pressure. Yeah, need to have that 3rd player on the same side of the road to push in. The 4th player that's across the river definitely needs to. No, new site will not replace PUBG Mobile, in my opinion. You're my favorite, sir. There you go. Thank you very much, Sammy. Much love to you. Lord, guys, the questions are hilarious. I can't answer all your questions after cast. This is Nova's new drop spot. Interesting. Interesting. It is one of the best places to rotate. Real, I agree with you. I agree. Oh, nice play by YDD, but TC takes down. Order. Switches over. He's going to have the UMP, but a nice corner play from TC. It's going to be a double kill for TC, and Nova are down to 2. Lovely pre-fire shots from Jimmy. But now it's going to be up to Jimmy and Powerboy to survive in this Sanhok game. Nova 3rd overall in the standings on this week's games. This is their first week playing the PEL weekly finals. So they need as many points that they can get. SMG getting caught up by ACT. Good knockdown and confirmation on the XC. That's good. ACT and SMG once again battling. It doesn't matter if it's Erangel. It doesn't matter if it's Miramar. It doesn't matter if it's Sanhok. They will find a way to clash together. They will find a way to fight. Put them on either side of the world and they'll still find a way to fight. On top of the rock, ACT goes. Beautiful knockdown on the pick feed. And that's SMG wiped off the board. Jimmy tries to hold on for dear life. Paraboy is doing a great job at 2nd knockdown. It's 1v2. While TEC trying to heal up and get the revive. Paraboy's being incredibly careful. He's staying in Painan. He could look to use this to disengage. Oh, Paraboy, be careful.
RNG 和派口号喊得响啊！以后我不受你这骗了啊！
圈型出来，那我就先走啊！毕竟其实第一场派吃了鸡，也是很想拿。
Powerboy indeed is going to disengage away and move on to the North Painan Hills. It's 4 AM rotating through ban from the eastern side. Actually, they were kind of more in the northeast, but either way, they're going to play towards the east. AG using the vehicles to rotate. Vehicles in Sanhok, I really don't know what to make of it. I'm on one hand a fan of vehicles, but on the other hand I'm not. I think it's very situational. Like extremely situational. For a team to use vehicles in Sanhok. I don't think Sanhok vehicles in Sanhok should be used all the time. Now, what that situation is, I'm still kind of trying to figure out. Early game, I suppose the first 2 circles using a vehicle makes sense. By the way, on a side note, I thought SMG are out of here, but they still have 2 players. My apologies. It looked like SMG were out, but they still have 2 players. I did get my information wrong. Yeah, 4 AM are on the north side, northern hills of northeastern hills of Paradise Resort. There's a 2-2 split. I think that's close to kind of Top Mark Cow region. Your English helped me listening. Thank you so much. English means a lot. Exactly, respect the hustle indeed. Game number 3 out of 5. You're in PEL weekly finals day 1. Motorcycle or buggies are okay to get a better position, but it's extremely dangerous as well, like we saw yesterday with 4M. Exactly. Exactly. It also depends where you're coming from and where you're going in the circle. That's the thing. That's why I say it's situational. Right, Sprat? That's why it means it's situational, my friend. Would you cast Wild Rift? Yeah, but I need to learn more about the game. I need to learn a lot more about the game. I'm in no way knowledgeable enough to cast the game at all. Phase 2 about to show up, and it does centralize quite nicely away from the circle. A little bit of a shift to the west, but definitely more of a shift to the east. That's a good phase 2 shift. Of course, Quarry is still massively in play, which is always going to be difficult to play around, because you need to either go east side or west side. Showtime are on the very south of this circle, gonna take a botation into this phase 2. I don't agree with the timing of this botation, but I get why it could work out, because the circle has shifted more to the west, away from the eastern water, so teams might not be looking too heavily onto the coastal line or on to the kind of eastern side of this phase 2. Allah, I don't know. I haven't played PUBG New State. I've only seen a couple of screenshots in a trailer. That's it. I can't answer that question. Dude. I've asked it like 4 times now, and it wasn't worth answering. But I've answered it. Don't need to ask it anymore. ST get called out. TJB picks up a kill. Nicely done. With the M4, they grab a point. Well, 2 points actually in their favor, because it is phase 2, and you get 2 points per kill on phase 1 and phase 2. You ever visit India or Asia? Yeah, I was in India in November 2019. Jignesh. SMG. They still have 2 players alive. SMG. ACT now rotating through Painan up onto the mainland Painan Hills. Let's go. Of course, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in to the live stream and watching the games with me and listening to me cast. It means a lot. Feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and hell, feel free to share the stream. Got 6 dislikes? Wow, feels bad, man. Isn't Wild Rift mobile version of League of Legends? Yes, it is, a bass. TJB still together with a full squad, while RNG hold on to that northwestern edge of this phase 2 circle. Literally, I'm just gonna pin that message. I'm sorry, Yassine, but I have to pin that message. RNG, yes, Z on to own, yes, to get the knockdown, but he's on his own for now. He's on his own. That knock, along with the grenade, hopefully will give him a little bit of time before the rest of his team joins up. Phase 3 goes. Wow. Okay, that's a north eastern shift, and that's a very tricky area to play around, because you have that big Chungus kind of dip on ban, which is in play on the northeastern side. Now, it's not the northwestern side, should I say. It's not the worst because it's more on the edge of the circle, but it's still going to be difficult to deal with. I loved him, Jignesh. It was amazing to be there, and I'd love to go there again. Easily. DKG on the Q9 to kick things off in this little fight, and for DKG, AG playing on the southeastern edge, pushing into the circle while TC move into a compound that they can call their own. Hugo! What's up, my friend? EKG playing on the eastern edge of Quarry. By the way, Tees will also be happy that I shifted away from Quarry. That's one thing I should have said straight away. That's one thing that I should have said. STE rotating in a vehicle. Q9 looking to catch him out. Q9 still have a full squad, but they are outside the circle. RNG are on the other side. STE gonna have to deal with the massive amount of pressure. You just woke up? So lazy. So lazy. 12 o'clock in the daytime, Hugo? God. Thought you were better than that. Nah, I joke, my friend. Wow, lovely sprays from 86. Obviously, YZZ got revived up, but that was some lovely sprays from 86. TC outside the circle, as they got a couple of early kills onto Nova. They've been relatively passive on their rotations, have encroached onto the Quarry train. Even looking for ACT on the southeastern side. Interesting. No, this is the third game, my friend. This is game number 3. Showtime. Showtime. TC pick up a kill. They were tracking ACT for quite a while. Another knockdown gets pulled out. And ACT are down to now just one player. One solo lone wolf left in the game for ACT. TC are playing the edge of circle extremely well in this game so far. This phase 4 has shifted away. Q9 are going to help get the squad wipe onto ACT. Look at that. WBG trying to deal with the brunt of the blue zone. It's phase 4, so that blue zone does tick down quite hard. Japan would be nice. And now I would love to go to Japan. So I don't never been, would love to go to Japan. EKG, oh, you're okay, my friend. You're okay. Incredibly difficult. A number of teams playing on the outside of these circles coming into phase 5, because I think phase 4 shifted once again towards the northeast. You got TEC, you got DKG, you got Q9. Q9 has a player called out. T is knocked down into hands of DKG. Tian chucks up a grenade, looking for TEC. A three-way fight, a three-way battle ensues, and Q9 actually add a fourth team to the mix. You got TKG, DKG, you got TEC, you got Q9. Sorry, it is 3 teams in play. I thought it was 4. Sunflower, YZZ onto TEC. Good play by Q9. Staying on the outside, staying in the blue. They're gonna come in and battle their way through. DKG might be forgetting about this one and allow. No, they're not forgetting about this one. And TC 1 by 1 being handled, being dealt with, being punished. Now TC are left with 1 player alive. 1 player, 1 last chance, and DKG gonna take down Q9. My lord, DKG looking good. While WBG get taken out in this game at the hands of TJB. Now we move on to the fight between RNG and STE on the southeastern edge of this phase 4. Good play. RNG goes down and STE hold on to themselves. They hold on to the strength. I will note that Powerboy is still alive for Nova. Powerboy is still alive for Nova. Jignesh, I'll answer those questions after the game, okay? Well, Team Pi gets a player knocked down. It's on the heels of this ban area. The starting point for all these players when they load into a Sanhok game. The lobby fills up inside this ban area on the lower parts of this hill. And Team Pi spotting at 4 a.m. Oh, no. I was just going to say, surely you can see that player Pi, but unfortunately he got behind a rock just in time. Nicely spotted. Great communication from 4 a.m. Another knockdown onto Pi. They're down to 1. Confirm that kill. Clean things up. Play on the edge. The next circle has shifted, I think, down south. Powerboy is still alive, but he's outside the circle now. The compounds are massive inside these circles. But the position in which I think it is STE holds on to, is it STE? Or it's Showtime? The position that Showtime holds on to, the hills behind that are incredibly valuable. Powerboy staying on the sniper tower. Team Pi gets caught out. He might be taking shots on the Suck. 4am gonna turn around and focus on both ST and DKG. Powerboy not taking the shots. Waiting. Might be looking to use that to his advantage. STE gets knocked down. 4am, and yeah, Powerboy plays on the sniper tower still with the M16. The long range shots, but prone's down. That's a prone down. He only has 1 first aid, a couple of energy drinks, and 4am under a hell of a lot of pressure. Getting stabbed in the back from behind by Powerboy and Nova. Being a thorn, the pinch, the cramp, the headache, the rash. Whoa, Powerboy! You have to heal up. You ain't lasting much longer, my friend. You ain't lasting much longer, because this is phase 6, and that is going to chunk down your mini health bar massively. 4am have you spotted out. They're looking to take out the player from behind, and it's a blue zone that claims the victim of Nova. I respect what Powerboy tried to do. He probably could have stayed alive for longer, but it is what it is. As TC get rid of AG, 1 player left on, and that is it. TC clean it up. They protect their compound. They do not suffer a casualty, and they're still up as a full squad. Like I said, the hills behind ST's compound position are incredibly valuable, and I believe DKG, who just got a player knocked down, will be able to dominate that side of the map. 4am from behind, getting another knockdown onto STE. They're on 5 kills. They're looking pretty good. This is 4am's game. They could win it. The battle isn't over. There's a number of teams in front of them. There's, of course, the other teams around them. The teams that currently hold on to the compounds. TC and Showtime. While DKG clean up. STE are down to 1. Just 1 last player for STE. But 4am suddenly suffering casualties. And they're down to 1. DKG coming out on top. They still hold on to a full squad. Like I said, the hills above where Showtime are, where DKG currently hold on to, where they currently reside. 86, the long range spray to get rid of 4am. We're down to our final 3, and DKG were the winners of the hillside battle. And now they can look down. They can look down upon their next victims. Showtime, TC, and DKG, the last 3 players in this game. Compound that TC holds onto is still in the circle. For Showtime, I don't believe their compound is in play. That's why they're moving up the hill. Nicely played by Showtime. 4v4v4. All squad battles, baby. This is it. But do DKG know? They're certainly confident. They get the shots, one knockdown comes through. Nicely played by DKG. That flank position is incredibly valuable. He's going to get knocked down. In return, a second knockdown onto Tian. Lee's just 86 and his comrade left standing, his teammate. And then TC are coming in from the other side to really get the V effect engagement onto DKG. Even though their compound is still inside the circle, they're doing everything they can to get this game. Sorry, should I say their compound is not in the circle in this last phase, but they've done a great job. They've done a great job, but now they suffer a casualty. They suffer a knockdown. They have a buggy. They're going to send that buggy into the circle. Okay, up and towards the upper echelons. SC are still in the game. They have 3 players up. They have 3 players up. Oh, but a second knockdown comes through. TC wraps around. And it's going to be 1v3. The flank comes on through. TC get the chicken dinner. They get the win. They get the victory in Sandhawk. TC with a deserving victory. Showtime had to move away on like the second last circle. They pushed in brilliantly onto DKG, like perfectly onto DKG, because they knew TC were in that other compound, right? So by shifting up the hill, the position that they shifted on was not spotted by TC, but I suppose it ended up being their undoing because the way the circle shifted, TC were then in a compromising, sorry, not TC, I mean Showtime, were in a compromising position after they helped squad wipe DKG. You know? But a great game by TC.
也算真的是一路打过来，或者说守过来的。看一下现在的积分排名情况，后面的6到15名分别是 4M 派、Showtime、秦九、ST、ACT、AG、体坛、洪家宝和 RNG。
其实这样一个积分结构来说，明显上差异是不大的但是其实选手是知道的，每一分其实都是非常难能可得的即使可能你就差我1分2分的分差，但是如果我要想在下一局追赶的话，还是
DC have moved up to second. That massive 24-point game. DKG still hold on to first. That's a good level of consistency though from DKG. 15, 7, and 17. Like that's consistency right there. That is genuinely consistency. Okay, I will be back in a minute. I need to go to the toilet. I'll turn the volume up so you can hear it a little bit clearer.
向 DKG 去驱赶秦九，然后让秦九去打里面的体坛，然后包括最后的这个 TC 想要往圈外去控一个这个决赛圈的地方一个情况来说，我觉得TC 是延续了昨天第3局换上这个自然灿的一个正热的手感。
哎，没错啊，这确实在自然灿上来之后呢，虽然后面有一个圈运的加持，但 TC 从他的淘汰分就看得出来，他其实前面一直是在手边打架，最后才能够拿到这样的一个分数的。
虽然说有天命圈在身，但是呢，我的淘汰量也不俗。
对，
其他的战队其实你要跟 TC 比的话，我觉得大家都是差不多的。但其实我们要注意一点就是什么？其实圈中心的队伍很少有时间能够拿到人头。
是，这个也还是比较难得啊。接下来让我们用胜利时刻回顾一下上一局吧。
这边人少，还有人在，一个倒一个，漂亮，快死了，倒一个，那边倒了，右边有一个，站在这，走，过来，nice，你去盯一下右下，SD 手腕 ，OK，nice，手腕吗？指使吗？指使，OK。 倒一个 DKG， 还有2个，这样，死完，打射，他拉上来了，左边拉上来了，前面那个倒了，左边倒了，左手你们2个打左手，右边，打呀，我拉上这边，右边，
哦， 头破锐诺，唯快不破。本场比赛的 MVP 是 TC 魏无羡。
这个也算是众望所归啊，最后的一波发挥是非常的亮眼。
是的啊，这个今天在家守家的老干爹看到这一幕，心里一寒啊，怎么你在我这儿的时候，怎么就没那味儿呢？
感觉不太对呢
是啊，
也是找到了自己的家嘛。
其实有的时候啊，选手去换一个新的训练环境和一个新的队友，真的会在成绩上面或者在个人的这个进步上面有一些明显的改变。
是，那现在看一下，截止到现在的淘汰榜，第一的依旧是869个淘汰，第二若拜今天的手感是非常的火热，7个淘汰。接下来的小小酷 YZZ 以及花痴都是非常相近的一个数字，基本上只是伤害量之间的一个微弱距离。
是，而且小小酷跟花痴两个人还排在了一起啊，离得非常近。
是。截图下来就是
保存一下历史性的一刻。
哎呀，这太坏了，太坏了！当然，我们说回这个比赛，现在的积分情况其实还是咬得非常紧的。相比于上一周，可能提前上半场，各位老板都已经买定离手了。但是现在看来，这个分数的差距可以说是微乎其微。
其实啊，今天前面3场打完，给我的感觉就是，今天的这个周决啊，大家打的都是有勇有谋了。
对。
我不单纯的只是给你揉点，当我拿到这个分数优势的时候呢，那我就想尽办法去多拿一些排名分，然后通过运营的角度再去多拿一些这个淘汰分。上一周其实大家也毕竟2支战队揉点战队也没有打进周决嘛，所以说其实我们也没有过多的可以去评价的。
是
但是这一周给我们明显的感觉出来就是谁
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
对，而且现在我们明显感觉到 ACT 和 SMG 不仅是揉点这一方面你来我往，它其实整个的运营和正面作战能力其实都是不错的。揉过了之后也各有高分的这个收获。
Sorry about that.
吃了前期的双倍红利之后
Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?
前期的这一个揉点福利了。
是，我现在就有一个疑问。我现在就觉得，你说后面的2场海岛地图，他们是不是就选择直接不揉了呢？
必须要揉啊！这搏一搏，单车变摩托，揉一揉，P 城不用搜。
那倒也是啊，确实是。
那我们可以一起期待一下，稍事休息，马上回来。
Oh man. Sorry, I didn't miss anything. Did you guys miss me? Obviously you didn't. Oh man. Both ACT and Nova. By the way, Jignesh, on a side note, I went to Delhi. When I went to India, I went to Delhi. And I loved it. Genuinely loved it. I found people very hospitable, very friendly. And I would love to go to India again. And to be fair, most South Asian countries, I'd love to go on a little bit of a tour for a couple of weeks. Go to India, go to Pakistan, Bangladesh, go to Nepal, go to, you know, a lot of South Asian regions for sure. LMAO, you pinned this is exactly, there's always many. Well, I understand why people ask, Vanshika, because you're allowed to have favorites. I just don't, right? I just don't, you know? Miss you, Benod Imperium. Thanks, bro. I am Benod Man. Qualcomm Snapdragon Elite Gaming. They have such better ads for that than we do in PUBG Mobile Global. When is competitive PUBG when is the competitive in PUBG Global no longer TPP mode but FPP mode like China? Longson, do you think I have that information? Do you genuinely think I have that information? Do you really think I have that information? Like, ask yourself seriously. Do you think I have that information? And do most Irish have red hair? I wouldn't say most Irish, but it is a little bit more common for Irish people to have red hair compared to other countries. Good question. Oh boy.
别想闯入我的禁区。
这个 A6一人打下一个，橙子一再绕。
你只看到我一次次精准投射，你没有看到我对胜利的渴望。
Highest super chat you ever got? I don't know. I don't really keep an eye. I think like maybe $25, but I don't really keep an eye on super chats. But like obviously I do see them, but I don't like think, okay, oh, this is my, you know, I don't think like that. I'd like to see FPP in global. So would I. And most players would like to see FPP in global, genuinely. And most players would prefer to see FPP in global. Yeah, it would just make things a lot more challenging for sure. And that's what teams are looking for. I'm not saying that they're not finding the game challenging, but I know they look at other competitive games and they go, yeah, TPP is, you know, is not as good as FPP. How was Indian food? What was your favorite Indian dish? Not gonna lie, Jignesh, I don't remember a lot of the Indian food I had or the Indian dishes I had because I was there working an event. I didn't get to check out a lot of Indian food, to be fair. Why you ask him to stop it, Real? What do you mean? So yeah, the PAL Air emoji. Thank you so much for the super chat of $1 US. Really means a lot. Thank you so much. Much love to you and all in Nepal. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Hugo. Appreciate it, my friend. Woo woo woo. That's so nice, man. That super chat doesn't matter to you. Keep this. Yeah, like that's the thing. I think it's the fact that like I don't need this. I don't keep an eye. I don't need it. But I appreciate any super chat I get right. You know, I that's what I mean by Vanshika. Thank you. Hi, dude. Hi, Sharath. How are you doing? See, some people are, to be fair, still wearing face masks in China. It's personal preference, etc. GG Nepal Era. Give much love to Nepal Era. You should go follow their YouTube. Just search Nepal Era. Management in PEL is 100 times better in global tourneys. I think it's, you know, that's easy to say, Sanju, but, you know. Hugo, don't make me take away your mod. I swear to God, I will take away your mod and I will ban you forever and ever and ever, Hugo. What a troll. Thank you, Shrath. Yeah, I love doing PL and it's genuinely, you know, it's like an Instagram live, only better to me to a certain extent. I get to interact with the audience, I get to interact with you guys and have a laugh, and that means a lot to me. Big time. Invictus Gaming. Muji is a rough Nepalese word I'm trying to find. Oh, is it really? Oh, is that genuinely true, Invictus? Seriously? Any tip to reduce shaking of ADS while spraying? Get good. Mashika. Is that true, Invictus? Seriously? So that means somebody's gonna clip what I just said and use it against me? Shit. I hope not. I hope not. Oh, my humble apologies to everybody from Nepal out there. I did not know that, guys. Genuinely, I hope you can accept my apology. And I really hope you understand that I didn't know that, and I in no way mean that. So let's I'm going to, I've hidden that person from my channel, and he will not, and they will not be allowed in. I'm really sorry for that, everybody from Nepal. Genuinely sorry. I I hope you don't. I hope you don't think that you know that it's not the point. I don't like to say vulgar slang words, especially in another language. You know what I mean? I don't like to say vulgar slang words in another language. You mean me moderator? Yeah, Invictus, I will give you moderator, my friend. I will give you moderator. For sure, friend. Thank you. Can you share your Instagram link in chat? Yeah, for sure I will, Jignesh. It's pretty simple. It's at EVT_Imperium. That's my Instagram at. But as far as the actual link, let me just share it. I will keep an eye because both SMG and ACT are once again going towards Pachinki. Pachinki. No worries, dude. No, I don't cast PMPL Indonesia. It's not that toxic. Still. Thank you for accepting my apology, guys, and thank you for understanding. It means a lot, seriously, genuinely. The last thing I want to do is upset or hurt anybody. You know. No, I'm not gonna say that. I do know the meaning of that word. I Imperium miss you a lot on stream. That box without you was annoying. Okay, thank you. ACT and SMG, the fight for Pochinki rages on. ACT generally have dropped there first, but SMG have dropped together and a little bit separated from ACT. So they're not directly on top of each other. Let's go. ACT have one player on the roof though with his shotgun. I can't imagine that working too well, but he is trying to use that roof play to get information, which is going to be very important for the rest of his side on how they play around. He jumps off the roof. That makes sense. SMG, they have Flower on the flank position, not on the roof, but if he can get onto the roof, that would be incredibly valuable. Pigfeed is on the roof, so that's good. One player of ACT under pressure from the sidelines. XE is getting a couple of shots off. XE does get a knockdown. Well played. ACT are down to 3. Unless they can get the revive off. SMG gonna use this to push forward. Indeed, that revive is being pulled through, but Zhao Ku is of course going to be slowed down. Nice play by SMG. They're going to push on in. One knockdown comes in. He does get the confirmation. You cheeky fecker. Oh my lord. The disrespect, the DBS play, but it doesn't work out. ACT are getting burned to Chris Zazaku. Last player standing with the DB28. Using that massive clip to get the knocks off. Going to look for another one, but he's going to get taken down. And now ACT are down to 1. Gonna look for the shots on the pig feet. But in the end, he's gonna suffer a couple of little bit of health. While pig feet gets a revive. And yeah, Margaret, if you work hard, you can make it in esports. You're young, you have a lot of time on your hands. Keep grinding. Keep working hard, you can do it. And then we have Nova going up against WBG. Nova. Okay, Nova. Oh, am I right in saying that that's like a different kind of position once again for Nova? Or, you know, I don't know where phase 1 was, to be fair. But, or where phase 1 is, should I say. But Order's knocked. YED only has a VSS. Shots being fired up by Jimmy to try and push back WBG a little bit. Changes from the UMP to the DP28. Nicely done with the DBS. He gets a double knockdown. Once again, ACT have a player left alive, and they're surviving, and they're striving. SMG, stop choking these fights. Stop choking these fights. 1v1. 1v2 now. Because Ariva got pulled through, and XE gets a killer blow. SMG win that fight. Nova did lose No, they didn't lose one. Sorry, they actually got the revive. Orders being able to pull through YDD as well. Minsker goes down and WBG are down to one player. Two players, should I say. Okay, DKG. Okay, DKG. Talk about capitalizing. Talk about having no chill. They do get a kill on the SMG, and SMG are down to 2. We'll keep grinding, try and fight in Team Margaret, play scrims, and get experience. Watch official broadcasts, learn from what pro teams are trying to do and what you see. Get influenced by that. Nice play by DKG using that gutter strip to reposition and flank around onto the SMG players. Now, they don't have all the information, so they're going to have to be careful, but 2 of their players is aware. Flower C gets knocked down. 1 player left alive for SMG. It is Pick Feed on his own. He's going to get the hell out of there. Goes on towards the other side of Pachinki. Pi, unfortunately, goes down in the water. I think that boat got blown up on the rotation. Oh, well. Is this a military island phase 1? I think it's a military island phase 1. It has to be. It has to be. DKG, they've got no chill. They've got no chill, and I absolutely freaking love it. I'm not wearing purple to support Nova. Khaled, I'm wearing a Nova jersey. Oh, it's not just purple, it's an actual Nova jersey. TC going to look to capitalize on a couple of players rotating. TJB went to Primorsk, got a boat. Now they're going to rotate to Novo. Not Novo, but Military Island, should I say. By the way, can I just say your comments in chat to Margaret's messages and kind of questions? Really supportive, guys. Genuinely, thank you. That's the kind of response I love to see. Support each other. Keep the positivity up. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Just do your best to spread love. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you for those messages, guys. Really, those comments are OP. I mostly watch competitive. That's good. That's good. STE. Now, still in the mainland. Mainland coastline. That, to be fair, is, as far as I know, not in the circle. AG rotating through phase 2. I want to know where it pops up, because phase 1, I had absolutely no idea where it went, to be fair. I really need to eat some core food. Okay, phase 2 shifts over to the western side of Military Island. DKG are going to have to find a way across the bridge. So will the last player of SMG. Showtime, AG, STE, all in the mainland on the eastern side. However, because it shifted over to the western side, what DKG could do in theory, although it's still going to be risky, is they could wait until the end of phase 2 and move in on the eastern edge of the on the eastern bridge. This is a Military Island circle. Sorry guys, I just really need to eat some food. I'm eating some bread. DKG gonna once again stay on the mainland, threatened with a lot of caution. Because they do not know what's across that bridge, and they do not want to get bridge camped. Getting bridge camped is like one of the worst ways to die in PUBG Mobile, in my opinion. dying on a bridge camp is just oof. There's 2 more games, this game and the last game, so 2 more. No, you can't switch to both EPP. No, you can't. You can't. It's only FPP, One Punch Man. RNG on the very eastern side of Military Island, just outside Novo. They're gonna have to go for a long wraparound. TC gonna play on the airplane area of Novo, which is pretty good, but 4 a.m. Catch the mountains and knockdown on the island. Very well played. They're gonna confirm those shots. Gets the kill out in the open. 33 Svan cleans things up with the SLR. Nicely played.
其实本来他们就是想这个通过赌一下像圈东边的派跟 RNG， 先把别人的节奏干扰一下，然后自己再一路向西南下。
对，没想到
找到一个适合自己的防区，但是没想到圈里已经有了 4M。4M
没有想到。 这个他本来就是在这个机场岛跳的，他的这个优先是非常大的。如果他这一局没有跳机场岛，现在可能还是像刚才 ST 一样扛着蓝，慢慢的在那边。
U9. I'm gonna look to Bridge Camp DKG. And DKG are making their way across the bridge. Next circle does shift down on the south side of the military island, in between the military base and the hills to the west. Q9 might think about moving, but they're still gonna look for DKG. They're gonna swing their way from the bridge over to the coastal line. One of their players gets knocked down. That's the best they can ask for if they can survive as a 3-man team. Honestly, it will be one of the best bridge camp survivals that I've seen. DKG get away with it.
与此同时呢，派刚刚是爬到了岸边，刚要过马路，AG 这里就已经过桥，但是没有想到的
Team Pi still not in the circle. TC, they lost a player, but they are at least in, I believe, like the center, this phase 3 TJB across the road out in the open. There's a couple of compounds that are on towards the southwestern side of this phase 3, which are quite valuable. Showtime, stay on the eastern bridge. Getting information, they're going to move across. It's only phase 3, so the tick damage is in no way massive. In no way massive at all. Nice by ST, picking up a kill onto AG. Coming into the edge of the circle as well, it's so important that they're able to pick up that kill. So important. We're down to 14 teams, 44 players. STE push in by taking down a player of AG, leaving them with 1 left. They have encroached on the eastern side, and Team Pi are pushing in behind them. They have a 2-1 split. Or is it all 3 players inside that one vehicle? I think it is. It's a 2-1 split. Indeed it is. Lovely plays by RNG, getting that knockdown with the DP2877H playing by the rocks outside the airplane base. Like I said, there's a few compounds that are pretty important coming into the southwestern side of this phase 3. Let's see if it's going to shift and stay in that direction. SMG, wow, the last player still in the mainland. That makes sense. He's up on top of the lighthouse area to get some information. That makes sense. And now he'll move across Q9 because the circle has shifted down south. I'll imagine that they are not in that area. Actually, they kind of are still in the vicinity. See, the circle shifts down south. So the big compound that is massively in play is the one that is closest to DKG. That's the massive compound that's in play. Because what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to play, even though DKG are down a player, you're going to be able to play a 2-1 split. Although TJB's compound is also very important because it's a lot more centralized and it's kind of down the hill. AG's last player is just trying to survive. Okay, TEC. What? Okay. Yeah. On the side note, RNG got a pack the headshot multi, knocked down on the power boy and took him out. TJB got another kill on the TEC. TEC, I don't know what that rotation is, my friends. But very, very bad rotation. I know you're looking for that compound, but why go so kind of centralized on that rotation? Like, you're already in the circle. I get you might not be as comfortable, but that was just, in my opinion, no, you know, quite bad. Team Pi staying on the eastern side, going up against Showtime. They get a kill. Showtime tried to send one player in, paid the price. SMG, Pick Feet, the last player up. He's gonna get taken down. TEC, pick up a kill. I don't know why you went so deep into the circle, Pick Feet. I don't know why you went so deep into the circle. You had like no information. Showtime getting away from Team Pi. But that's a beautiful DP28 knockdown from Team Pi onto that player Showtime. And because he's separated, I doubt that player is going to get revived. I know smokes were thrown in that direction, but you got a massive open field in between the knockdown player Showtime and the one alive player. That ain't happening, my friend. That is not happening. Nova are down to 3, but they're still in the game. WBG are down to 2, but they do hold on to that northeastern position. The last player of AG could get the backstab. He could get the backstab. What team does Chang C play for? LGD, but they're not in the weekly finals. Team Pi under Showtime to confirm that kill. Happy days. Showtime now down to 1. Sir being very careful with his movement around these buildings. Calculated. 1.4 AM. Get one player knocked down. But probably will get revived up. So sorry, no, they get that player revived up. I don't know what was that on the kill feed. Circle shifts down south and DKG did rotate that compound that I recommended. TC are not in. Okay. Yeah, I don't agree with TC's position. I suppose it's a low ground dip, but I feel like TJB are going to be able to just really like push onto that. Should they need to, when they need to. 4 AM not having the favor of the gods of the circle on their side, so they lose a player. Q9 capitalize on that. The last player of AG tries to survive, but he gets taken out. 11 teams left. Nova were on the airplanes, but are now disengaging and playing for the circle. 2-1 spread. 2-1 spread. Jimmy has nowhere to go. Jimmy's going to look to get away and drive across to join his teammate YDD. And they make it. They make it. But how long are they going to survive for as YDD gets knocked down? Once again, RNG just are not giving them any time. Any time at all. As DKG are going to get encroached upon by Q9. They're dealing with it. YZZ is a little bit low in health. Vector is going to be played through. Nice pre-fire shots by DKG. Now grenade gets chucked in. Oh my lord, that's a missed grenade through the window, unfortunately, and allows YZZ to pull off a first aid. They do still have another player of DKG in the background, so it is 1v2, but that's a great grenade from YZZ. Push back 86, but that's going to be YZZ. Jumps out the window, gets caught out. That's a squad wipe, and they will get to revive onto Tian. keeping them up as a 3-man team. No problem, no problem. I hope you're okay, Simples. I hope you're okay, my friend. Welcome, welcome. You missed a couple of good games, but there's a couple more to go. RNG, by the way, 98k with that sniper, with that car 98. Seriously, dude, you're just so good with it right now. WBG, they're gonna push in on the TEC, nowhere to hide, but they get taken out by TEC. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and the desperation didn't work out for WBG. TEC now getting caught out by 4AM. 4AM playing on the higher ground across the road from the compound that DKG hold onto. Very well played by 4AM. They do have to be careful because TJB are looking in their direction. But the third player from 4AM is way further back on the northwestern edge of the circle. So he's helping to get a little bit of information for his teammates. That's why I wasn't really sure with TEC's information. I mentioned about TJB, but they haven't had to move so far. Well, they have to move on this next circle. STE, though, they probably have the best spread. 2-2 split. They're prepared for either circle shift. South or north, it doesn't matter. It's going to center up. It's like a Pepsi logo right now, and 2 players of STE are going to be on the south side of this road with the other 2 on the eastern edge of the circle on the northern side of the road. Good to hear, Jignesh. I don't know what you're talking about. Jignesh, I haven't been able to see your messages, my dude. Sorry. Souk on the TEC is pretty good. Puts TEC down to 1 player. 4AM doing good on the western edge. DKG will have to move away from their compound, and it's going to be on the high ground, which could get caught out by STE. TJB still in those buildings. I think it's just about on the edge of the circle. Just about on the edge of the circle. Maybe staying in those buildings for too long could go against them. 4AM's third player pushes in to go on the bottom side of the hill, where his 2 teammates are going to be able to support him. He has a vehicle as protection. This is so good for Masaki. So good. But TC, they spot him. They're outside the circle. It's the last player from TC. It's going to throw out the smokes. Going to throw out the smokes. I would like to check the stream again. I'll check it out. Simples, you're amazing. You're amazing, my friend. I'm glad to know you're good, dude. Glad to know you're good. 7 teams left, 20 players. DKG, the current leaders of the standings, are still in the game with 3 players up. SMG in second are out. TC have 1 player left, but they're still in this game. RNG gonna push across the road onto the south side. Onto the northeastern edge of the circle, and they have found a position. But STE, they're still a full squad. They're still a full squad. Did they send all 4 players down to the south side of the circle? DKG move across to the side of the road. They're going to try and encroach on the 2-man team of 4AM. I don't think Hisaki can support them. But it's a nice push by DKG. The nice push initially. Yet to suffer a knockdown, 4AM are keeping an eye on TJB. That's the thing they have to be aware of. They could easily get third party from behind. Nice shots by 86. Gets a knockdown on the Souk. Through the smokes, they're making it work. 33's van, prones down. I think that's a much healthier strategy that 33's van has pulled off. Oh my lord, the shots are coming on through. Tian is going to get the final blow, and that is going to be the Groza squad wipe on the 4AM. And they go onto the position that 4AM held onto. TJB did get a little bit of a knock onto 86, like I thought 4AM were being aware of, but that revive will come out pretty successfully. 8 kills for DKG. It was a good game from 4 Angry Men, and it will put them up for now into 4th place in the overall standings as 4 of RNG, should I say, helped to get rid of TJB. TJB leaving it too late to sweep out of those buildings and paying the price. RNG are still up as a full squad. TC takes down one of the players of DKG. Tian is going to get caught out. Gets put down to just over half health. Has to choke out of smoke. His teammate is low in health as well. RNG, 3 teams left. You got STE, you got DKG. You have RNG and STE are still a full squad. STE are still a full squad. The circle shifted up north on phase 7. Down the bottom of the hill, RNG are going to try and play against the grain of DKG on that lower part. Nice play by TM with the Groza. Using that Rock 2's advantage, giving that elevation point. However, from behind, RNG used that man advantage to get the knock and the kill onto DKG. DKG still getting the revive, while ST are waiting. They're waiting. 98k. 98k, you're going to get caught out. Boom! Goes to Dynamite. SC gets a knock. They're going to get the kill. RNG are down to 2. So are DKG. ST have the full squad. 2v2v4. Sorry, make that 2v2v3 because the revive came out onto RNG's third player. So that's good, but is it going to be good enough? All this while, SC have stayed quiet. They stayed quiet. They kept themselves up as a full squad. They prepared for these circles incredibly well. A beautiful grenade from SC gets the kill on to DKG's player. Now it's just 86 left on his own. While RNG hold down onto the north side of the circle, down on the low ground, using those vehicles to protect them. But it's a great flank from SC. It's a great flank from 3 of their players. Keeping that 4th player on the high ground is so valuable. Being able to give information. 86 to DKG going to try and hold down and hope for the best. But that's going to be a well-cooked grenade. And SC gets the job done. DKG finishing 3rd. Now RNG have to deal with STE. A knockdown comes through. A second knockdown. STE only have 1 player left standing. 77H is on his own. And he's going to have to push in. He's going to have to push in. He's not going to get the knock. He's not going to get the kills. He's going to go down. And STE 6-2-8 get the chicken dinner on Erangel. Absolutely phenomenal, intense ending to the game. DKG put up a hell of a fight. So did RNG. RNG played really well, but ST were clever. They were calculated. They weren't passive, but they were just aware. They let everybody else around them take each other out. We'll have the overall standing soon enough.
那其实对于 RNG 来说，北部的枪线都是 RNG 的，是啊，南部呢就是 STE。你 STE 只要不打倒我北部的人，那对于RNG 来说都是一个军事。
15th to 6th. See AG having a bit of a bad day. So are ACT and well, actually ACT are SNG are doing much better. TC in 10th. By the way, DKG yet to pick up a chicken dinner, but look at that consistency. 15, 7, 17, 18. 57 points, 16 points ahead of second place. That consistency from DKG is absolutely freaking massive. Like, I mean massive.
而且我们可以看到 DKG 的淘汰在4场打完之后是已经来到了29分的淘汰分，基本上是其他的队伍都是在
Imperium, is it possible for us to get specific version of PUBG Mobile for spectating only? No, not that I know of. A210.
左右的一个淘汰分的占比，这跟我们前几个赛季是相对来说变化很大的。
而且确实，我们这个通过 VCR 也可以看得出来啊，天的回归对于整个 DKG 来说，无疑是这个
Like Nova didn't have like a bad game, they just didn't have a good game.
脑子里面忽然灵光一闪，想说雪上加霜。
其实刚才啊，锦上添花吧，应该是对吧？雪中送炭啊，确实。 也是看到2个双子星的一波配合正面能力，而且今天其实弱败的整体表现是非常好的。
是，不光是弱败，对于DKG 来说，挚爱的一个指挥也是发挥到了非常极致的一个作用。
可惜就可惜在今天挚爱的那个位置被体坛的微笑用这个阴森森的微笑给带走了，不然的话，其实 DKG 分控马路的两边，最后还是有一定机会的。
对的，而且最后舒展的2颗雷是直接终结了这局 DKG 想要再往前进一个排名的一个梦想。
RNG 这把终于是打起来了，推起来了，无论是星城还是舒展。这一波各拿到了5个淘汰以上找回了一些他们去年 S12时候的那种手感了。
而且我们发现啊，其实这2天打下来啊，很多老的选手跟老的战队，在节奏和自己的个人状态上面都有所回暖。
对，老选手嘛，这个怎么说呢？还是适应了一个新的赛制之后，就能够慢慢的摸索出自己的经验来。
确实，不过我们的比赛也才来到第2周，可能有很多自己喜欢的战队，到目前来说可能还没有真正的把自己的实力展现出来。那么也希望各位观众朋友啊，能够给一丝丝谅解跟宽容。
对，
毕竟我们的选手啊，他不是神嘛，对不对？是。这个赛制每个赛季都在更新，所以说选手也需要时间。
Sorry, I just had to respond to a message. You all love Imperium's casting, like, share, and subscribe. Simples, you're like my hype man, dude. Like your hype man for the stream. Thank you so much, Simples.
主要是完了，狗杂我需要。那你拿我玩。
Real, I have no problem Jignesh coming in and talking about things in India, okay? Once he's not being toxic, I have no problem, Real, okay? It's not, you're not here to control what is said in chat, okay? That's my job and that's a moderator's job, okay? He can be here to watch PL and make comments. You know, it's up to him. Of course I remember Dante. Of course. I love Dante. SC's reaction was OP. Wow.
舒展在今天的比赛之后，可以博得一个小雷王的名号了。
是，而且我们其实可以刚才看到，就是像 RNG 这个2颗雷把 DKG 带走之后，队内语音好像没有丝毫的情绪起伏
可能是在训练赛中间已经是司空见惯了。
是但是你看这个 ST 最后吃鸡之后，那个语音是真的非常的。
Merlin,
反祖现象虽迟但到，来看一下
you don't control what gets talked here, okay? I have no problem people talking about India here. Like I said, I have no problem people talking about any region here. If they're getting answers and they're having a conversation with somebody and they're not being toxic, I'm okay. But you don't control what is said here, okay? Simple as that. Sorry, dude. You know, I don't want to like give out to people, but please don't try and dictate what is spoken in my chat. I know I don't mean it in a bad way, but please stop. Like, hey man, how are you? You're awesome, buddy. It's the first time someone's casting English covering the Chinese region. Otherwise, I just watch games in Chinese. Thank you, Adil. Really means a lot. Really means a lot, my friend. By the way, Simples, frick? Okay. Simples, you are getting a well-deserved moderator role if you're okay with it, my friend. Love from Maldives, brother. Oh, Maldives. I've never been there, my ears. Much love to you, my friend. Do you think the calculation of points for qualifying to the finals here is better than in the global version based on super weekends? I think they're both similar, to be honest. I think they're overall both similar. Beta 1, EA 1. Love from Tibet. Thank you, Shrap. How do I untime out a user? Drake, don't time out a player like that, okay? Please. There's absolutely no reason for you to time him out. He didn't do anything wrong. Drake, don't make me remove your mod, okay, dude? Will I cast PNPL South Asia? No, I won't. From my observation, he wasn't spreading hate, Drake. Okay. Imperium, where is John and Blank? I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Yes, I do know Snacks Gaming. Of course I do. How do teams qualify for PEL? I don't know exactly. I think from the PEL season finals. I don't know exactly how it's gonna work. Which game of the day is next? It's the last game. Maya's. I'm back. Hey James. The audience said so, Drick, but the audience doesn't control things. I do. Okay? It's my stream. Yeah, man? As much as I appreciate everybody here, it's still my stream, yeah? You guys always cast together PMGC. Hopefully I'll get the cast with him in the future. I don't support anyone for free. I never have seen anyone with so energetic, enthusiastic casting, so I'd like to see you grow more, and I'm with you. Love you. Thank you, Simples. Much love to you, my friend. I trust you. I respect you. Thank you, Simples. I hope you guys keep in contact. Yeah, we genuinely do. Margaret, we genuinely do. I heard rumors saying players need 20 plus KD to play in PL. I don't think it's as simple as that, Sanju. Don't think it's as simple as that, my friend. What do you think about Russian teams? They're amazingly aggressive. Yes, it's the last match. They're like fantastically aggressive, Deadlook. No problem, Drake. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Love to you, Drake. Thank you for being a mod, though. Thank you. See, I may be harsh, but it's good intentions. Good intentions. Love you all. What do you think about performance of YDD? I think it's been pretty good, and I think it's only going to get better. Imperium, can I ask you a question? Yes, you can. Navi is a Russian team. Yes, Navi are a Russian team. So are Kanina Power. Well, actually, Kanina Power are not Russian. They're from Kazakhstan. To be fair, Sanju, you did say it was a rumor. That's why he didn't shut it down, because he did say it was a rumor. Simple dude, man. You're genuinely a hype man, man. Fucking hell, dude. Legend, dude. Legend. Simple. You're like you know what this simp in your name Simple stands for? You simp me. What can I say? Why do Chinese always stand out in global? It's because the Chinese competitive scene is a little bit more evolved in global, and because they play in tougher settings, they're a lot more confident, and they generally have more competitive live event experience, competitive kind of, you know, do or die experience. I understand, Drake. I do understand, man. Really, Drake? How long have you've been casting? I've been a caster since February 2017, and I've been a full-time caster since April 2019. Yes, Russian and Ukrainian team, and it's a Ukrainian organization. Yes. Oh, I'm so wrong. Oh, so it's all because of their spray. No. Like, gun skill does make a difference, Margaret, but it's very much about confidence. It's about the mentality. It's about experience, Margaret. Okay. ACT versus TMG. Revenge in Erangel. Yeah, I do. I am aware, Kata. Subesh. You're my favorite caster. Never seen such a versatile caster since years. I still need to improve a lot more, though. I'll keep improving. I'll keep getting better. Imperium, I need to learn a lot, so I'm asking silly questions. I'm too young and dumb. You're not young. You're not too young, and you're not dumb. You're never too young to learn. You're never too old to learn, and you're not dumb. Trust me, Margaret. You're not. You're always more than welcome to follow me on Instagram, Margaret, and send me a couple of messages, and I'll always do my best to answer your questions and help you. But now, SMG versus ACT 2.0 in Pochinki. Let's get it on. Pick feet goes up to 3 stack, which is always going to be helpful in the elevated position. Jumps over to the other building. He has a vector and a shotgun. Peeking through. He's going to open the door. ACT. Onto Exito with the SLR. That spray top is amazing. Hey, Octane! Woo! Let's go! While ACT are going on the SMG. Now, they're going to continue on. SMG are down a player. It's going to be 1v3. ACT is going to get called out. Flower C onto ACT, but it's going to get returned. Flower onto another player of ACT. Beautiful gets confirmed up. XC and Flower, now the 2 players left for ACT. For SMG, ACT, they have 3 players up, but 2 of them are close by. The 3rd is a little bit further back. Just a little bit further back. Grenade being cooked up by Flower. On top of the roof! Oh my lord! That was beautifully cooked! Now Xiao Ku has to join up with his teammate on the bottom floor of the stairs. Looking up at the stairs from the outside, he's actually going to switch buildings. Maybe looking for that window perspective shot. While ACT going to drop down from the roof. This is SMG turning it around. XC. Flower. Flower gets knocked down. So now, SMG are down to 1, and it's low health 1. That player from ACT that was knocked down off the back of a beautiful grenade from Flower is getting revived up. XC is having no time to heal. No time to heal. Xiao Ku is doing a great job of just suppressing, distracting, holding it down. He hasn't got too many bullets. He hasn't gotten too many bullets, though. He does have an Uzi, but that takes the same type of bullets as the PP Bison. But now as the revive comes on through, no heals. The roof play jumps down on the balcony. ACT get revenge in Pochinki. Woo!
刚才的重点就是，其实在其他人想要去扶起狗子的时候， 酷酷在这里是听到了别人下楼的一个脚步，然后开提前枪架一个过点啊，最终是把花痴给放倒。
Dude,
细节这一波。
ACT
枪或者是不考虑那么多的话，那其实很有可能这个时候 SMG 2个人经典抱团抓他一个单还真不一定。
ACT
对方一个鸣枪示警，这个圈型是刷了个非常东部的圈型，而且海域的占比面积应该已经达到了40左右。
是，而且我们知道 PL 的圈其实是不排水的。
对。
这个时候其实就看大家在对这个圈型
so close
想要选到这个圈里哪一点去驻扎。
哎 ，TC 叹一口气，早知道
Okay, Drick
现在划船说不定还能登陆小店。
万一这个圈啊
slow down a bit, yeah, dude. You lost your moderator rights for a bit, dude. Okay.
基本上打成一锅乱粥。
是
啊，圈里的队伍就感觉。
Okay. Lost your moderator rights for a while, dude. Slow down, yeah, man. You know, I don't know if it's right or wrong, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, Drick. I'm not saying that he's right. What I'm saying is that you just can't instantly ban somebody so quickly. Okay? So quickly like that, dude. You know? I just... Okay, dude. Just don't be so straight to the point of banning somebody, yeah? Plus, can we just enjoy the game? Can we just enjoy the game? Come on. Play some points do count, Milan. But they only count when you get into like the top 8. First 2 circles, you get 2 points per kill. The first 2 circles, you get 2 points per kill. SMG going out so early in the final game of the day will of course allow ST, TC, 4AM, all the teams down below to get ahead. DKG already had a 50-point lead against SMG, so that's only going to increase should DKG pick up a couple of kills and get a high placement point. Oh my lord, that parachute? Oh my god. Such good play from ACT. So good. Nicely played. Yeah, nicely done by ACT. What was important for ACT is that they kept themselves up as a 3-man team as well. Dude, look, Drick, you know, James, does that word mean simp in Nepal? James, genuinely just confirm whether Drix is essentially right or if he's wrong with what he says. Just real quick. I don't need to know if he's spreading hate or not, Drick. I don't need to know if he's spreading hate or not. Genuinely, I don't care. I don't care if he really spreads hate in another stream once people aren't spreading hate in my stream. You know what I mean? Now they're moving into the circle of phase 1 as we're about to see phase 2. Nova on towards the hills down to south of prison. Trying to push back Pi. Woo! Love to you and all of Nepal, Rohan. Joy Nepal. Pal OP. Wow, that phase 1 was very heavily on the east. Where's phase 2 gonna go? It centers up quite nicely with prison, shelter, and the logging cabin hills in play. You also have the coastal line away from Impala and Milta Power, which is also... But, okay, is that true, James? Okay. But is it a rude word? Is it a rude slang word in Nepal? Simple, James. Is it a rude word? Showtime on the TC. on the compound outside mansion. It's a really good compound to hold on to. So I don't mind that TC is breaching in. But Showtime do seem to have control. But that's a great shot from TC. Confirms that kill onto Showtime. And that's going to push Showtime down to 2. Sorry, 3 should I say.
之后，其实正面防区内的作战会比较紧张一些，对于Showtime来说。
确实啊，自然灿这一波鲤鱼打挺，应该是喝了这个零糖零脂的乳酸菌
啊，酸酸乳乳，
如此气质。
是一波加持，但是可以
Drake,
在雾线这个地方
just don't be so quick. Okay, don't be so quick. Ban, okay?
对。
我觉得第一时间就是把枪线铺开。
What do you mean? Can you add sound if he's playing back? I don't know what you mean, Merlin. Showtime on the roof of the building as a 3-man team. They have that 2-1 spread. Okay, no problem. Blue, thanks. I'm good, Riyaj. How are you doing? At least TC do overall have control of this area, but both teams are low-key coexisting. Yeah, I know, but Drake, don't be so quick to time them out. I didn't unmod you for him being toxic. I unmodded you because you were so quick to ban him. You know what I mean? You're so quick to time him out, and you just can't really do that. You gotta allow me to assess the situation like that, yeah? Q9 playing on the coastline outside of Impala, in between Impala and Milta Power. It's a good place to hold on to. Plus, there's a good few compounds down the logging cabin hills outside, basically, Milta Power, which are so valuable. You know, so valuable. If I replay, I want to hear the voice. No, I don't think you can, Merlin. I don't know what I genuinely am a little bit confused. Sorry, dude. Phase 3 centers off quite nicely. That's a very good shift. You have the hills of prison on the south side along with the hills of logging cabin. And then you have the mansion flat terrain. The flat terrain of mansion. All of these teams are going to be playing on the edge of circle, by the way. Bar whoever has mansion and the compound to the west of mansion. Most of the other teams are going to be playing coastal edge of circle. RNG and AG fighting on up. AG looking for a position inside the circle, but RNG have 2 players down on the coastline under pressure. One is in the back line. One is in the back line. No, RNG is going to suffer a double knock. Lovely play by AG. But Sir gets knocked down at the hands of RNG's SLR. But another counter knock comes through and RNG are down to 1. They're down to 1. And AG are going to get the revive, and that's going to keep them up as a 3-man team. Thank you, Mayes. Really means a lot. ACT onto TJB. No, TJB separated. They're split up. ACT are going to pinch on through. It's going to be an ACT sandwich, baby. But TJB are biting it all up. They're eating it. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. ACT time. TJB are just pushing on in. It doesn't matter. They're getting the kills. They're getting the knocks. They're getting the aggression. Grenades fires up and they eat it all up. A squad right comes through and ACT are out of here. Nicely played. TEC now pushing in.
只要僵持久了，周围白圈边的人可能都会伸手过来。
大家可能刚才没看到啊，其实，在网红坡后来是Showtime放了，放给了 TC 之后，自己直接扎到了圈中心。但是
as a 3-man team, you have STE holding on to mansion. Beautiful spread by STE. Beautiful spread. That's not looking beautiful for 4 a.m. as they go down at the hands of Q9. Q9 moving in from the coastline across the road, staying more on the edge of these circles, and it makes sense. The low ground is a little bit more beneficial on these hills. You don't get that much information, but I do think it's really solid. 4am's position isn't bad, but I think that player just went a little bit too aggressive and paid the price. Drake, just don't use that word in future, okay? Don't use that word in future, Drake. Simple as that. That's all I'll say. Don't use that word in future. TJB now coming in from the northern edge. Quiet on phase 3. While the blue zone's closing in. WBG is in the pretty center of the circle. That spread from WBG as the next circle does center up once again, goes a little bit to the west. DKG have a beautiful spread on the western side. Just as I pointed out, so do the casters. WBG also looking so good. 2 on the Prison Hills lower part, 2 in the compound across from Prison Hills. It is the perfect spread from WBG. Maybe send a third player into that compound so they can protect that a little bit more heavily. But other than that, WBG's spread is beautiful. While Nova's trying to deal with TC. TC are going to be wrapping in on the southern edge of this circle. The Hills of Prison is going to see Nova played on through DKG. Going to push TC back. You also see Showtime onto TJB. That's going to be another couple of kills for TJ, for Showtime. And TJB are down to 1. Showtime aren't exactly in the best spot either, because they have a player knocked down. But indeed, the shots come through, the squad up is played out, and Showtime hold on to the northeastern edge of the circle. Yeah, but not everybody is absolutely friends here, Rowan, okay? Trick, just leave it, but don't say that word again. Simple as that. Q9 player getting called out. Team Pi playing it on the southwestern edge. Still up as a full squad. They have 2 in the circle. 1 further into the Prison Hills getting called out by Q9. And then 1 outside the circle. Actually, that's the player outside the circle that gets called out. My apologies. I thought that was the player inside the circle down the hills. But either way, Team Pi are most likely going to lose a player. Q9 are handling themselves pretty well. They do still have a full squad. No wonder players was knocked down by Team Pi earlier on, but he must have gotten revived up. AG are go for the full send to get an initial knockdown. That's a little bit weird from SCE. You walked into that one, my friend. You walked into that one. Pre-grenades being thrown out by Lolita as he goes onto the roof side of this building. Has to be supported by the rest of his team. I know that for a fact. Lolita needs to be supported by the rest of his team. STAG, nice play by ST, using that man advantage to their play, and now in through the smokes looking for kills, but AG are dealing with it. Nearly getting the kill or the knock, but unfortunately it's going to be AG going out. They had to push in, they went for it. Either way.
洋房打架的声音，直接闻讯赶来。
旁边的 Showtime 好像也是在摸这里，两边想要加一下 ST 的残边。
是的，其实你看啊，现在一个情况就是，不管圈边的是满边队伍还是残边的队伍，基本上自己在圈边了，这个时候就要想办法拿淘汰分了。没错。
On the northern edge of the circle, TC are in the open. The circle shift down south. Team Pi actually sent 3 of their players into quarry, and it's low-key paid off. But I don't know how much longer it is going to pay off for. Nova are now going to be able to do something on the southern edge of this circle. TC gatekeeping and stopping ST from pushing in to the northern edge. But 1 player from TC is knocked down. Great play on that flank. Suppressing ST incredibly well, but the revive is most likely going to go down onto Lolita. Oh my lord, Showtime catches out ST with the DP28. Very, very good. Very, very good.
刚出去一个兄弟就直接被后面的人连打带补，没想到这个时候还有背刺
身后还有蓝圈，3方面的伤害都给到了 ST。
ST most likely gonna go down. Oh my lord, one more about to get knocked. Lolita off the back again. Reva gonna go for a desperate play, but TC has him tracked. Lolita, he's gonna get caught out most likely sooner rather than later. And it is going to be, no, not quite. Lolita survives, but for how long? Gets out of the vehicle. That player from TC is going to get backstabbed by DKG. You got a little bit too tunnel vision, TC. You got a little bit too tunnel vision. The fourth player from ST, or should I say the second last player from ST, gets knocked down. Nice play, but ST gets a kill onto TC. Lolita's still alive. Now there's one player of TC left standing. Sorry, two players, my apologies. Two players.
大家选点都一样，凭什么受伤的只有我们呢？
哎，有点伤心。但是看一下 NV 腾讯视频战队监狱山这一波，
你看这个洛丽塔啊，哎呀，先后是带走了 TC 众人啊。
WBG are outside the circle, but they can. Oh my lord, order with that grenade onto Minsker. He's gonna get skirted to the ground by Nova. I like the fact that Nova are just pushing WBG back. They are a little bit pinched. I think with DKG more on the kind of southwestern edge of the Prison Hill. WBG can utilize the eastern edge of Prison Hill, to be fair, with Team Pi firmly set inside prison.
但是这个时候 DKG 的野心已经展露出来了啊！
是南北两边他都要管。
是连续2个西南切之后，现在的 DKG 已经控制了圈内50%。
DKG still have a full squad. They've been so consistent in today's game so far. Could they close out this day with a fantastic chicken dinner? I absolutely have no doubt. One player left from SD, left alive. Lolita, staying prone down. 4 AM. Doing what they can. They lost a player early on, so they're down to 3. Don't over push it. Don't overextend it. The nade from Isaki gets the kill onto Lolita. The circle shifts back up north. Team Pi will have to move away from Quarry, but they're going to have to thread with extreme caution. DKG has such a spread as well on the western side. Look at their players. 1, 1, 1, 1 for Nova, who still have a full squad. They can do something with that, but they are far away from the circle.
在33的头顶，一个切座下车是被33带走。
33埋伏在这个坑里，是等到了自己的分数。那但是
I've hidden that guy from the channel, by the way.
支援过来，大将军和 Z9这一波怎么说
？WBG Minsker got revived up and took down a player from 4 AM. 33 fan goes down to push from WBG. It's successful. And they take control of the northeastern edge of the circle across the road from prison. And now Team Pi are still in the game. Along with 2 players of WBG, gonna get those 2 revives off. Jimmy's gonna send himself down the hill on the US. Gets out, gets knocked down. DKG responding now. YDD in order. Oh my lord, the massive plays for Nova. But Tian for DKG is gonna get a second knockdown on the order. YDD, prone down, pro down. Good job. Where is Power Boy though? Where is Power Boy? He needs to do something from this long distance. He needs to do something from this long distance. DKG, that spread, that 1v1v1v1 spread is so good because you can see that player from DKG getting the angle, getting the confirmation, getting the knock, and Power Boy goes down. 86 finishes him off, and that is Nova out in 3rd. Not a bad game for Nova, but it could have been a whole lot better. Team Pi's prison position has paid off. They're into the top 3. Should I say, sorry, Nova went down in 4th, my bad. WBG got themselves up as a full squad. My headrest goes off because I'm flying in the face of excitement. DKG now have to deal with the pressure on the western edge as WBG are creating a really nice controlling spread between the northeast and the northwest. Team Pi have gone by relatively unnoticed. when they push down onto prison. They do only have 2 players up. 4v3v2. With 9 players alive, the teams might not be fully aware how many teams are left. Phase 6 is here. Moving into phase 7. Let's see where it goes. WBG now joining back up as a 3-man team, or even as a full squad, should I say, preparing for the next circle. One's on the hills overlooking Pi in Quarry. The circle does shift away from WBG and it goes into favor of DKG. Now WBG sends one into the circle, still with Z9 on the hills. Beautiful positioning from Z9, but Minskur has to be careful with the grows in his hands. He is going to play through with his teammate supporting him. It is really nicely reacted. 86 goes down. DKG do not respond in time despite them having 2 players in the circle. Another one gets knocked down, and now it's Tian left on his own. I will say for Pi, all they have to do is wait. They don't need to worry about engaging. If they can get second place positionally, they'll be massively happy with that. Good night, Margaret. Take it easy. WBG have 4 players up. This is most likely going to result in the chicken dinner going in their favor. Tian's laying down by the sniper tower. Now, here's the thing though. WBG need to be aware, and they are aware. They are aware. They sent 2 players in for Tian. Tian's doing a great job, but goes down in the end. And that's why they kept that 2-2 split, because they know there's 2 players coming in from prison, coming out from prison, should I say. So by holding on to what's going on behind them, they're now able to full send a 4v2, 2v4. The knockdown comes through. 1 more player left from Pi. Another victim in play. And WG will clean this game up. Behind the wall he goes. Jumps over. He gets the pre-fire shots. He gets the kill. He gets the squad wipe. And that is a chicken dinner for WBG. Jaguar, I don't really care if he's abusing you on Insta because I don't own Instagram. Jaguar? Sorry, dude, I don't own Insta. I don't own Instagram. What do you want me to do about it, dude? I can only encourage people to be polite and be nice, but I can't control everything, dude. Sorry, dude. Like, I'm not your mother, you know? 15th to 6th, 4 a.m. do drop down 2 places to 7th overall. ST move up 2 places to 10th. ACT move up 2 places to 12th. AG stay in 15th place. It's been a poor day, game 1. Day 1, should I say, in the week 2 finals. DKG though, look at that consistency. 15, 7, 17, 18, and 15. It may not have been a chicken dinner, but seriously, that consistency is massive. You guys have got to realize that consistency is genuinely king. Like, WBG, not a bad day. By no means. Not a bad day at all. But honestly, DKG fully deserve to be on top. Fully deserve to be on top. Insane. DKG, I have big expectations for them. Big expectations.
就在这个时候，别人又过来反劝你一波，对啊，那你真的是非常难受啊，猝不及防可以说是。当然了，最后这种马路阴阳，好像我们已经看了2个海岛地图了，是的，2个海岛地图都是到了最后关头，看谁能够以更多的人数优势或者是枪线优势去占据南北两边。是的，尤其是到了圈小的时候啊，
Insane. Woo! Man. Good 5 games if I do say so myself. Like DKG's spread was really good, and honestly I don't blame them for it, but it was when the circle shifted towards him, I think on like phase 8, they didn't respond at all. They basically weren't quick to respond slash at all, and therefore because of that it became too easy for Weibo to push in, who reacted extremely well, like extremely well. My lord. Oh man. Another pretty successful set of games. On a side note, guys, also, hello, Hassan. Or Hassan. On a side note, I'm not going to be casting and streaming the games tomorrow. I'm really sorry. I have rehearsal for my next casting event tomorrow. So I have to get ready for that.
那我们也是非常的感谢所有的金主爸爸。现在让我把画面交还给解说席。感谢各位老板大气啊！那当然了，肯定有很多的选手自己也想当老板嘛。明天这100万追冠军到了手里啊！
那确实是啊，不过我现在觉得啊，以 DKC 今天的状态来说，我觉得这个戒指啊已经戴上一半了。
已经摸到了，但是你也不要小瞧了后面像微博这样到了最后关头的爆发力。
是，其实积分榜上我看了一下整体积分结构啊，前5的战队。有3支都是吃过鸡的，对，像恩威腾讯视频跟。
Now, if that changes as far as timing for the rehearsal, I will let you know. But there's a pretty strong chance that I won't be streaming tomorrow's games. Sorry about that. Really sorry about that. But I'll be back next week. I will be doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No problem at all. So, on that note, actually, sorry. Yeah, it should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Should be. Dude, the energy from the Chinese casters are insane. Genuinely insane. Like, seriously, kick ass. Okay, guys. I'm going to head off. I'm going to end the stream here and there. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching these games with me and for supporting the stream. It really means a lot. Genuinely does. If you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram at EVT_Imperium. Look after yourselves. Be positive. Treat people with respect and kindness. Nobody's perfect. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Pleasure as always. And I'll see you guys next time.